hello there, gamers! And welcome back to the stream. Juby, we gotta have a talk. You are starting another game when you have not finished. Okay, hear me out. It's Lesbian Visibility Day, so I was like, we need to play a lesbian game for Lesbian Visibility Day, because, you know, I am the #1 winners love winning streamer on twitch.com and YouTube. Also, I'm wearing the Doomed Yuri Pride shirt. I had to go all out today. I couldn't just not stream a lesbian game. So, I was looking through itch.io. I don't usually, but you know, that's where a lot of gay video games are. But 90% of them are visual novels, which is where Resident Lover came from. Chat, this love might be kinda strange. Welcome, Rhea. And you know, as the ruler of the Rainbow Void, we had to play a lesbian game. Unordinary. Love is unordinary. But yeah, I have never played this. This was released back in 2016. So this is a 10-year-old game. Well, fan game, but you know. This is like the one Life is Strange thing I have yet to play. It is a visual novel, so we are testing my ability to read. But, you know what? Lesbian Visibility Day. We have to play something lesbian. Does Rachel Amber come back as a mafia boss? I think there is a Rachel route, if I'm not mistaken. Look, I've never even watched anyone play this. I'm going into this completely blind somehow after 10 years. It was only available on Tumblr? That's crazy. The concept of playing a game through Tumblr. But yeah, this is a 10-year-old game. So, you're gonna have to bear with my lovely voice acting through this. But, look, there's already the gay flagger right there. Alright, let us start. Hopefully, I know how to read today. Do you want to play the tutorial? I think I know how to play a visual novel, so no. Ugh. Insert groan here. Oh, we're already hit with tough choices here, chat. Oh, the file to download. Can you imagine if Tumblr became like a live streaming site? What would we stream? I feel like Fatsip. You'll need it. Imagine like live fan fiction writing and reading on tumblr.com. Look, like I said, y'all know I never had a Tumblr phase. I never knew anything about Tumblr. So, alright, we're already hit with a tough choice. We're gonna get up. I guess I'd better get up. The air is a little chilly as I push the covers off, and one glance in my mirror is enough to tell me that I look like a total zombie. Yeah, what are we just reading AO3 on stream? When I completely conquer my ability to read, I know I'm turning 29 years old in like a month, in like 2 weeks. But maybe if I conquer my ability to read, we can read fan fictions. In other words, it's a typical morning for me. Someone's playing music. The people I share a dormitory with are worse than roosters. Oh well, at least I'm up. See, the thing about this being like a 10-year-old game is we're going to get genuine 2016 cringe, which is peak. You can't like capture 2010's like aesthetic without being there. It's hard to replicate it nowadays. We're writing a fanfic collectively. Oh yeah, let's have a brainstorm fanfiction stream. Oh lord. And I shouldn't make it a habit to be late to class anyway. I stretch out, yawning, as I make my way to the window to feel the sunlight on my skin. Feel the rain on your skin. Looking ass. Lisa seems to be enjoying it too. She's grown like crazy over the past year. My mom would be so proud. That's the plant chat. In case if you aren't hip with your Life is Strange knowledge, that's her plant that you can optionally water. What would be a cutoff for word count? I mean, like I said, I used to play visual novels all the time and like I used to read them all the time. But then like something in me, I think it's, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, that like if I'm talking way too much, I just get either exhausted or like I start to get sick. Like my throat is dying. This is not helping. That I'm getting off track when I need to read things. I'm kidding, chat. I'm kidding, chat. Don't stop talking. Wow. A whole year already. It's hard to believe I've been at Blackwell for that long. I'm so glad that I came back to Arcadia Bay, and not just for Blackwell Academy. Although I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a huge part. I liked Seattle, but it never really felt like home. Arcadia Bay is the place I grew up in. The place where I made all of my best memories and had so many adventures, each one as different as every new day. Pirates and superheroes. This was the best place to grow up. Well, I'm biased, but I really do feel that way. I don't want to sell Seattle short, of course. I lived there for 5 long years. I really do miss my friends there and my parents. I was so glad to see them this summer. But I know that coming back here was the right choice for me. I'm technically an adult now, which is something I'm still getting used to. I definitely still feel like a kid in a lot of ways. That's a really interesting thing, because when I was in high school, see, my thing, I was more of like the younger, I was like on the younger spectrum of people in your grade. Because senior year, a lot of you are turning 18, but I didn't turn 18, I think, until, yeah, after I graduated. Because I graduated in May, and my birthday's in June, so I was 17 my entire senior year. And like, I don't know how you know, if you know how American school systems work, but school starts and like, now it's September, but it used to be August when I was in school. So I was on the younger end of the spectrum, because if you were born in like July and August and like all that, you were like held back to the next year. So you were on the older side, but people in like June were on the younger side. Oh yeah, we're having every game further perspective on this. I'm lucky to have my parents' support and my scholarship, which I've somehow managed to keep into my second year. Go Max. And I can't forget one of the most important parts. Blackwell's brought me back to Chloe Price, my best friend, my dearest friend, Chloe Price. Is this supposed to be like an AU? Or is this like, I didn't read what the description was as to where this takes place in the timeline. Is this supposed to be like a rewriting of the first Life is Strange? Yeah, we can forget about Double Exposure. Oh, it's a softer AU. Okay. Okay, I understand now. You know, Double Exposure? Who's that? It took a little while, but we picked up right where we left off. Actually, we did even better, because we didn't exactly part under the best circumstances. But the greatest thing about Chloe is that she's brutally honest with her feelings. Those first few weeks were seriously awkward, but we got through it. Oh, okay, so Jay, you've seen this game. Like I said, I have zero perspective on this. I'm determined to be there for her now, even if I couldn't before. Luckily, someone was there for Chloe while I was gone. Rachel Amber. Amber Alert! Rachel Amber, she's totally gorgeous. Okay, Max. Okay, Max. She's totally gorgeous. And she's a really great person, too. She's almost too perfect. But she's one of those girls that's just impossible to hate, even though Victoria Chase seems to have found a way. At first, I thought that Rachel and Chloe were total opposites, but they're really more like wolves of the same pack. I'm guessing this is a soft AU where you reunite with Chloe, Rachel is still alive, and then the town is okay. Let's just say that knowing the both of them is like being accessory to every incident of dubiously criminal mischief in the Bay. But even if I didn't have Chloe and Rachel, I've got other friends here too. No, you don't. No, you don't, Max. It's Chloe or nothing. Dana, Stella, Alyssa. Actually, I can count almost everyone on my floor as a friend. Even Brooke, who is, abrasive. It took some getting used to, but it's just her way of being friendly. Pretty impressive for a shy geek like me. Am I right? Oh, we are back in 2016, bro. I remember everyone would always be like, I'm so cool. Am I right? I would spell it this way too. Back in 2016, I was also using this, so I'm a victim of cringe. I'm a perpetrator of cringe. Oh, I love this already. Oh man. Yeah, why didn't you mention Kate like first as your friend? Take Kate Marsh for example. She's one of the very first people who befriended me at Blackwell. Kate is probably the most kind-hearted person I've ever met, and she's an incredibly talented artist. She's one of the only students at Blackwell that unabashedly wears her heart, or I guess her religion, on her sleeve. I know that she gets flack about it sometimes, but I think it's really cool that she works so hard to create a comfortable environment for other religious and or abstinent students, even if I'm not in her Bible study group or anything. Who is a right? You know, instead of spelling A-M space I space R-I-G-H-T, people would be like, am I right? I get along with almost everybody, except for my neighbor across the hall. Victoria Chase is the head of the Vortex Club, with all the reputation that goes with it. Even after a year, I'm not entirely sure what the Vortex Club even does, aside from underage drinking. This is true Life is Strange media. Where my hug at? Of course. Always hit with the where my hug at. I hope that's spammed 100 times during the stream, or else y'all are slacking. No, I'm just kidding. Gotta hug bird. Even after a year, I'm not into- oh, right, I read this. I've heard that being in it is good for your resume, but I've never seen them doing anything to actually improve or benefit the school outside of partying. For the longest time, Rhea, before you were here, for the longest time, my, like, channel points constantly doubled or even up to quadrupled, and I did not know how to fix it. So it was stuck like that, I think, for like a solid year back in like 2020, because I could not fix it. I kept trying to refresh it, but it was not working until one day I refreshed it and it fixed it. This game was the first Life is Strange thing you ever played? That's crazy. That's crazy. I've heard that being in it... Right, I know how to read. Oh well, it's not really my place to judge, even though Victoria herself does a lot of judging. Hasn't she heard the old adage about not saying anything at all if you've got nothing nice to say? It's hard not to wither under that Ice Queen stare of hers. Also, I love the Q being like a symbol for women. Or feel totally lame in the presence of her $6,000 camera. $6,000 camera back in 2012 or 2011, 2012 was like, it's like $8,000 today month, or maybe even more. Inflation has gone through the fucking roof. Is Victoria gonna have a speed run of getting out of the closet in this AU? Probably. She has a great eye though, I'll give her that. I can't spend all morning daydreaming by the window, though I've got to get dressed. I don't want to miss my first class. Especially because Mick's dog told us last week that they had a surprise coming up on Monday. I wonder what it'll be. They're one of the best teachers I've ever had. They're always supportive of my work and always smiling. I knew Blackwell Academy took on the best of the best. Okay, does Jefferson not exist in this universe, or are we, like, retconning Jefferson to have a cool non-binary teacher? But I had to experience it to believe it. Mick's dog is so freaking cool. No, not the zipping. I'd better hurry up and get going, then maybe I can find some time to hang out with my friends before class starts. I have a feeling that Chloe and Rachel are going to laugh at my generic brand t-shirt and jeans. Reference to the first Life is Strange game? I can always rewind, or you can always rewind to your generic brand t-shirt and chlorine jeans. Like they always do, but I've come to terms with my style. I should make sure I have everything I need before I head out. Check phone. I can't leave my room without a quick scan of my feed. The modern equivalent of reading the morning newspaper. Oh, that's so 2016. That is so 2016. That's the millennial condition, I suppose. Blah, blah, blah. I love this game already. Of course, Victoria's already posted her morning mirror selfie. Liked by 28 people. Posted 5 minutes ago. Not us getting jealous of the clout. Oh my god. Mentioning the newspaper is so 2016. Yeah, do the Gen Alphaers even know what a newspaper is? But she does look really nice in that cashmere sweater. Oh my god, Max! I'd hit like too, but I know she's not interested in my approval. Jesus Christ. This is truly setting... Honestly, this is setting the table more... I feel like this is written by someone who ships Max and Victoria. Like, they are setting the table for the perfect enemies to lovers storyline, or like Toxic Yuri storyline here. Apparently kids think the floppy disk is just a save icon. Well, I mean, I can't... With old technology, I can't be upset that younger generations don't know what things are. Like, I look at the perspective of, like, I wouldn't expect children to know what a VHS is. Because you just don't use them anymore. It's like the concept of... Let's see, what would be my thing? Like, fucking, like, Betamaxes. Like, if I knew what a Betamax was, or, like dated techno, or, like, a Walkman. Because, like, my generation was, like, iPods and shit. So it's, like, I don't expect newer generations to know these things unless they, like, look them up or, like, had them in their everyday lives, you know? I'm not, like, a person that's like, ugh, you don't know what this thing from 20 years ago is? Yeah, I've heard of the concept of a Betamax, but it was, like, a failed... I'm gonna... The 40-year-olds here are gonna be like... Oh, God. It was, like, the in-between. They were, like, trying to... Was it before... Oh, my God, I'm looking this up so I don't sound stupid. I'm trying to remember, like, what era the Betamax was from. Okay, it's from the 70s. It was, like... We were trying to replace VHSs with Betamaxes, I think. I mean, shit, kids probably don't even know what the fuck DVDs are. Welcome, welcome. Not the evil laughter, oh no. Okay, but as I was saying, this is already feeling like it was written by somebody who hardcore ships Max and Victoria, which I'm not judging. But the way that this is, like, setting the table, it's like, oh, you know you want to go the enemies to lovers route, for sure. You want that Toxic Yuri. But she does look really nice in that cashmere sweater. I'd hit like too, but I know she's not interested in my approval. She might never wear that sweater again if I did. Exhibit A? Nerd cooties. Moving on. I'm kidding, I think. I need to stop sinking to her level and being all judgy. Put on my bracelets. Chloe gave me one of her punky spiked bracelets a few months ago. I'm clumsy, so I thought I'd instantly take my eye out by wearing it. The writer of this game has an interview out there somewhere. Oh boy. But it turns out the secret to thrashing is the studs are actually pretty dull. I guess I really am ready for the mosh pit now, Shaka brah. I love it. I love it. The bracelet that I slide on next is a woven rainbow is all woven rainbow threads. Rachel gave it to me. I was pretty surprised when she did. Rachel's got like a zillion friends. Maybe she makes them for everybody? She's like, here Max, you are gay. Take this. I can't forget my bag. I don't want to forget my camera either. I'm glad it's managed to survive this long. It's really old and not in a cute faux vintage way. It's legit ancient. But that's what I wanted. A total timelessness to my photos. As I slide my camera into my bag, I look at the little dough pin that Kate gave me a few days ago. It's a warm bronze color. She said that she found it in a bookshop in Portland, and that she thought I would like it. I do, but I'm just flattered that she thinks of me at all. I think I've got everything, but I have a feeling I'm forgetting something. Oh, my journal. I can't leave without it. I take it just about everywhere. I guess it's a little old-fashioned in me, and I know that just getting a blog would be more secure. Oh, this is before, like, cloud and, like, stuff. So, yeah, I suppose a blog would be secure. It's crazy to think now that it's the total opposite. Where, if you want things to be secure, you have physical things. Like, you'd write a physical journal. As opposed to, like, writing something online because of how many things can get, like, hacked. Or your cloud can get hacked. Or, like, everything, the conspiracies of, like... The government just knows everything, you know what I mean? It's so crazy to see how backwards this is back in 2016. But I'm used to writing by hand. There we go, all set. As I head out to the hallway, I finally spot the source of the music. It's all coming from Dana's room. The door's wide open like it usually is. This is definitely way too much bass for a Monday morning. Oh yeah, 2026 is the new 2016 for sure. What do you mean stuff is different? You're telling me things from a decade ago aren't the same as they are now? That's crazy. I cross the hall, shaking my head. I knock on Kate's door, but there's no response. Maybe she's already headed to class. I'm a little sad I missed out on her usual morning violin playing. Not that I would have heard much of it over Dana's music. Okay. It doesn't surprise me that I can smell weed and hear the sound of a spray can drifting from the bathroom. Rachel and Chloe, up to no good again. But I guess that's the company I keep. Victoria's usually got her door open, our music playing like Dana. But it's quiet this morning. I guess she went to class early too. I've never seen her show up late to anything. Can we get stoned in this game? Yeah, let's go to the bathroom. Oh, the places you'll go, Max. Where to now? Well, let's go to the bathroom so we can talk to Chloe. When I reach the... Hey, it's a little loud! When I reach the bathroom, I find Chloe smoking in the corner, slouching there with a joint pinched between her fingers. Rachel's busy adding graffiti to the opposite wall. Go back to the hallway! Imagine the concept, going into the bathroom. Actually, let me hit back. Talk to Chloe. Having fun, Chloe? Chloe grins at me, giving me her usual up-to-no-good look. I love the style choices of, like, the piece of tape and then the markers. That's a great style choice. I love that. Yep, I'm totally getting lit over here. 2016, just... Oh no, the art style is great. I love it. So far, everything aesthetically I love about this. I groan, and Chloe just bursts out laughing amid a cloud of sharp smoke. You're terrible, you know that? And you love it. But what's up? I'm pretty sure you didn't come over here for a hit. I lean against the wall next to Chloe, nudging her with my elbow. I'm not a fan of how weed smells, but I've gotten used to being around it by now. Seems to chill Chloe out, and I'm all for anything that keeps her happy. Just wanted to see what... My best friend! Just wanted to see what my best friend's up to this early in the morning. And to ask what you think of mixed dogs. Surprise today. I can't figure out what it could be. Chloe shrugs, taking another drag. When she breathes out, the smoke twists and turns in the air before dissipating under the fluorescent lights. Oh boy. Do you think Chloe's vaping now? Oh no, she's still smoking cigarettes. I forgot. In reading, she's still smoking cigarettes. I'm surprised she's not a vapor, to be honest. There is no Warren in this game, I don't think. Wait, Warren got chucked out the window. It makes me want to take a picture. Chloe laughs. I know that look. You want to take a photo, huh, hipster? 5 years apart or not, Chloe still knows me so well. She proves it all the time. I could take 1,000 photos of Chloe and never get tired of her face. That is the gayest thing you could say, Max. Is it that obvious? Chloe smirks at me and bumps the toe of her boot into my sneaker before sucking back on the joint again and exhaling through her nose. Save your photos for dog's class, Max. As for whatever the surprise is, I don't know. I'm just glad we made it into the same class this semester. Just like when we were in elementary school, huh? I grin. Max is a gay sentence generator. Chloe may look all punk rock on the outside now, but I know on the inside she's still the girl I used to watch anime and play pirates with. Oh god. Do you think Madoka Magica was like their favorite anime? It probably still is, right? Or would it be more like Nana because we're denying that we're gay for a minute? I feel like Madoka Magica would be their thing though. My crazy rebellious friend, she didn't have the blue hair when we were little, but she's always had a wild heart. I'm glad we're together too. Chloe smiles at me. Anyway, I want to be good and buzzed by the time class starts, so I need to finish this thing. I'll catch you later, Supermax. See you soon, Chloe. Okay, we're good. Let's go to class. If I go straight to class, I won't be able to yeah, no, we're fine. Yep. All we need is Chloe. We don't need other people. Once I enter the classroom, I head to the back and sit down in my usual seat. Contrary to what Chloe would have you believe, I don't sit back here to slack off like she does. I sit back here because it's centered right by where Mixed Dog usually lectures. Speaking of Chloe, I can see her sauntering in with Rachel. She grabs a couple of chairs and drags them noisily across the tiles so that she and Rachel can sit with me. Chloe looks like she's already prepared to nap all the way through class. Typical. Rachel, on the other hand, she got top marks even though she's more into being in photos than not taking them. She's already got her textbook open. She's running a paint-stained finger down the page. Great, yeah, just paint the textbook. That's a great idea. Victoria walks in a moment later with Taylor at her side. She glances at me and immediately walks away when she catches me looking back. Like I said, I have the feeling that the person who made this game, it keeps creeping back in. Who I think they really like. Her lips are pressed together in a hard line as Taylor chatters in her ear. I guess she's not in a gossipy mood today. I am reading the subtext, bro. I promise you. Kate's seat is over by the window. She mouths hello to me as she takes her spot, organizing her books into a neat pile. What in the fuck? Oh, because it's hot dog. What the fuck? It's Jefferson as the hot dog. Oh. That is the last thing I honestly expected, but you know what? It's a better change. That's so funny. 10 out of 10, no notes. Oh. Good morning, class. What a lovely Monday morning. There's a few grumbles here and there. Chloe's the loudest. Mixed dog ignores them all. As you all know, I told you last week I'd have a big surprise coming today. Well, the day has come for me to announce the second annual Blackwell photo contest. I can feel butterflies. Butterflies? Life is strange. Butterflies literally explode in my stomach. Oof. Next to me, Chloe and Rachel shoot me looks. Called it. Victoria stiffens in her seat and sits up a little straighter. Girl, you can sit as straight as you like. It's not gonna hide the gay. I can promise you that. No matter if you sit like this or if you're sitting like this, we're still clocking it. We are still clocking it. Kate smiles, of course. She's as bright as the spot of sun she's sitting in. Now, this contest will be a little different from last year's. You'll have to pick a partner because the contest motif is the bonds between people. Chloe, time to be my partner. This doesn't mean you both have to be in the photo, although that's not against the rules. The photo can be of anything. Your bond will be expressed by working together. When are we putting the one bed trope? How many AO3 tropes? Or I guess fanfiction.net at this time? When was AO3 a thing? When was AO3 invented? I want to see all kinds of photos represented. I encourage all of you to enter. At the end of the week, each pair will submit their photo. Of course, I'll be judging to pick the winner. As for the prize, the winner will have their photo displayed in the front entrance of the main building and a feature in the Blackwell Totem. Yeah, whatever Mixed Dog is feeling, sometimes it's mustard, sometimes it's relish, sometimes it's ketchup. Maybe mayo here and there. Maybe chocolate sauce if we're feeling a little more zesty. We only have until Friday. Shit, if I wind up entering, I'm going to have to start thinking about it right away. Who am I kidding? Of course I'm going to enter. Mixed Dog turns to survey the class, hands on their hips. Thank you, Jay. One thing you should keep in mind, be certain of who you choose for a partner because you can't change once you've picked. You will both need to work together to create your photo. No cooperation, no entry. I'm starting to feel a little bit nervous about this whole thing. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're right. That's barbecue sauce. You're right. I don't know what, I guess the eyes, I mean, how much food is Mixed Dog? Like, how much are we theorizing of what the food toppings are? Sure, I've been taking photos for as long as I can remember, but I've never collaborated with someone else like this before. If you plan to enter, I need you to pick your partners before the end of today's class so I can add your names to the registration sheet. Yeah, this is kind of fast. Double shit. I have no idea who to ask. And almost no time to make up my mind. Fidgeting nervously, I glance around the classroom. I can already see people murmuring to one another about their plans. Chloe, who's half asleep, raises her eyebrows at me when I meet her gaze. I guess she wasn't so zoned out that she wasn't listening. Rachel winks when I look at her, and I think about how much practice she's had posing for photos. Everyone knows that she wants to be a model. Kate waves her fingers at me, smiling encouragingly. She doesn't have to say anything for me to know that she thinks I should enter. I love this pose! Victoria, she stiffens a little, but she doesn't look away immediately this time. She holds my gaze. Everything about this is gaze. I'm not sure if she's issuing a challenge. Yeah, this is halfway to the 6-7, am I right? I'm not doing it. Do not ask me to. The choice is mine. I could ask anyone. Nothing's stopping me but my own shyness. The worst that could happen is that I'll be turned down. Which honestly seems completely mortifying if I'm gonna be real here. But it'll be even more disappointed myself if I don't enter at all. Who should I ask? I mean... is it... Are you sure you want to choose Chloe? Yes. Achievement unlocked! There's nothing like the tried and true. I know Chloe'd be willing to help me. It's practically cheating to ask her. But if the theme is bonds between people, then what better choice than my partner in crime? I lean over the desk towards her. Hey, old faithful, Chloe snorts. That makes me sound like something that should be taken out behind a bar and shot. It's crazy. It's a geyser, not a dog. Whatevs. Oh, whatevs! Chloe's mouth twitches. She reaches up under her beanie, knocking it askew as she combs her fingers through her hair. Yeah, will you pretty please help me with the contest, dearest Chloe? Her voice is pitched up. She sounds like a mouse. Mouse for hire? I do not sound like that. Yes. No, I don't. I mean, yes, I'll help you out with the contest. And you do sound like that. A little. Wait, really? Your voice gets a little... I give her a shove, laughing. No, the contest. You want to enter? Duh, I'll finally get to ride the victory train with you. My heart swells. I was sure that Chloe would help, but hearing her say it feels really good. We've always stuck together on everything. At least we did before I had to leave. We were at one another's side for so many years. Almost all my best memories have Chloe in them. Sometimes I wish we could go back to those days. Well, do I have the game for you? Have you heard of Life is Strange? But we're still as symbiotic as we ever were, even if we're pretty different now. Different interests, different styles, but still friends. No, I haven't actually. Jules, I think you should replay the entirety of Life is Strange because I have not seen it. That's how I know what we have is real. Well, that's if I win. Pride emotes! It's not even up for a debate. You'll blow it out of the water. We're interrupted by a mixed dog trailing back to the front of the classroom and clearing their throat. Alright. I've got to get into today's lecture. If you haven't picked a partner yet, then be sure to do that before class lets out. Oh yeah, double exposure. That's the best game in the series. I settle back into my seat as the lesson begins, but I can barely focus. All I can think about is the contest. Oh damn, we're not getting a full lesson? What, bruh. When class lets out, I feel like hours... it feels like hours later, and I leap out of my seat. Was my school not normal where your classes were literally hours long? I swear everyone I've talked to, this is an American experience I'm talking about here, so who knows. When I was in school, your classes were like 2 hours long, sometimes even 3. You're 45 minutes! I shit you not. My schedule in high school was, we had 4 classes a day, and those classes were 2 to 3 hours long. And then, like, your third period, like, the middle one was the longest one because that's when you had your lunch period. You had breaks? I mean, we had a lunch break, but, like... No, because we had 8 classes in total, but it was split up, like, 8A, B days, where you had, like, you'd switch off. So instead of, like, I guess 45 minutes every single day, we got 2 hours every other day. I hated that so much because you want to fall asleep so bad listening to things. Like, do you know how badly I hated math, but you had to sit there for a 2-hour math class? The worst. I think it's also, like, looking back at it, like, trying to expect to remember a whole 2-hour lecture instead of, like, a 45-minute one where it's, like, into smaller chunks. Instead it's like, here, have this 2-hour long shit. Like, maybe that's why I didn't succeed as well in school. Chloe takes her time getting up, reaching to scratch herself under her arm. Ugh, I think my buzz is already wearing off. It's school's fault. Nothing's ever your fault. Not at all. I grin. That's my Chloe. Gay, gay, gay. So, this contest thing, you're gonna help me see another A+ for the first time in like 4 years, right? Yeah, no, okay. If it was a subject I liked, like history, I loved history in school. Well, or like during like the World Wars, I liked that kind of history, and like 1900s history is where I started to get interested. Like ancient history, I'm sorry, that shit bores me. But like 1900s to like modern history, that always interested me. Or like I had video production classes and like computer, like graphic design classes. I loved those classes. But English, math, science can be interesting sometimes, but the shit, like when you'd have to start pulling out math equations in science, I was out, bro. You lost me. Chloe, it's a contest, not an assignment. Right, we split the $1 million. I'm not so sure we're going to win $1 million. We split the, what, half mil? Quarter? 10 grand? Chloe, winning is its own reward. I don't know, like, something about, like, ancient history and, like, this history of, like, civilizations just never really caught my interest. I loved, like, because we had world history. And world history, like, I love learning about other countries, like, during, like, modern stuff. But, like, oh, this king took over this. I'm just like, not really my thing. Jesus, calm down there, Pollyanna. We can decide what to do with the prize after you win. I'm pretty sure there is no prize, and it would be us winning, not just me. As you say, I'm just here for the victory train, remember? More like the gravy train. Gravy. Chloe clutches her stomach dramatically. I already know what to say. Maybe we can go to the Two Whales tomorrow morning. Genius, Max, if I can hold off on my cravings for that long. Can you believe Joyce still won't do takeout? Actually, yes, I completely believe that. Why do I look upset? Well, I'm gonna go blaze my way through math class, literally, behind the bleachers, because I'm not going to math class. Perfect, Chloe, thank you. Classic. My voice is dry, which Chloe picks up on, but it doesn't seem to bother her. I'll text you later. I'll be waiting for it. Chloe cuffs me on the shoulder, and then she grabs her bag and goes to sneak off to her smoke out spot. But when I go to Mixed Dog's desk to give them our names for the registration sheet, I'm glad I asked my best friend to be my partner for the contest. Chloe's no photographer, but if it's about bonds, then we've got this on lock. I hope. Not that I hope, bro. A bit fast for that. The breakfast rush at the Two Whales Diner always takes me by surprise, even though I've been coming here since I was a kid. The atmosphere is always electric, the frantic energy of bustling staff, the impatient, hungry truckers perched at the lunch counter like hulking churlish birds on a wire. Birdury? Birdury? The sleepy locals slumped in their booths over steaming mugs of coffee. I've been here nursing my own coffee for 10 minutes now. This morning, I woke up to a text Chloe sent at 2 a.m. asking me to meet her at the diner at 8 sharp for breakfast. She's late, of course. I should probably be more annoyed than this, but I'm kind of used to it. Chloe tries, but she's never been able to keep a schedule. It's kind of a miracle she makes it to her classes on time most days. Yeah. Literally, she's the I'm a whack. I'm awake meme. Guess, yeah, take a guess which one I have feelings for. It's like, Chloe is the epitome of that, to be fair. But like, would Max really want anyone else besides Chloe? I mean, this game is trying to make it seem like Victoria is the right option. But, it's fine. I suppose this means I should be more worried about asking Chloe of all people to help me with my entry for the photo contest. But Chloe's never let me down when I've needed her. Not ever. And she's not starting today. What if today is the day where she indeed starts? I can't stop the smile that spreads across my face when Chloe enters the diner. She scans the people, panting a little, looking disheveled. When her eyes light on mine, her face breaks into a grin on of its own, and she makes a beeline towards our booth. Hey, sorry I'm late. She slides into the booth with effortless cool, shooting me her most charming apologetic smile. You mad? No. I laugh, shaking my head and taking a sip of my coffee. This is actually pretty punctual for you. I'm impressed. Where's the gay agenda? Chloe laughs too, looking visibly relieved. She slumps back into the booth, beaming playfully, knocking her foot against mine beneath the table. Oh, now we're playing footsies. I know, not bad, right? Chloe grins at me like we're kids again, like we're sharing a secret. Even though I've been back in Arcadia Bay for a year now, there's something about being on the receiving end of her smiles again that still kind of takes my breath away. Max, I have something to tell you. Max, I have something very dear to tell you. You are gay. I love the little cat in box emote. I can tell I'm staring at her with what must be the dopiest look on my face, but I can't help it. Deliberately, I drag my eyes from her face and scan the diner, licking my lips. You hungry? No, we're at the diner just for the vibes. God, yes. I think Max is experiencing homosexual thoughts. Chloe cranes her neck dramatically, looking around the diner. Where's Joyce anyway? I'm gonna die of starvation before she even takes my order. Then she'll be childless, and you'll be partnerless, and my sad, hungry ghost will be forever bound to the two whales, cursed to haunt greasy truckers and painfully slow waitstaff for eternity. Not so fast, Casper. Chloe snorts. I kick her lightly beneath the table and continue despite the interruption. Joyce should be out with your food in a minute. It's like flipping a switch. Chloe's face lights up, the previous conversation immediately stricken from her memory. She leans forward, seizing my hands in hers, dragging them across the table. Max, you've been my best friend since we were kids. My first mate, my partner in crime. And now the girl who buys me breakfast. I'm ready to take the next step. We've speedrun the route. All right, we're falling in love. We're fine. Max, will you do me the great honor of marrying me and buying me food for the rest of our lives? She's been doing this more and more lately. Saying things that could be joking, but also could be well. Why are gay people so oblivious, bro? I can't say anything. I literally cannot say anything. Flirting. I'm gonna repeat what Rhea said. I think Max is experiencing homosexual thoughts. Jules, you are gay people. Oh, I just can't figure out if Chloe's being deliberately confusing or if I'm such a colossal social dunce that I can't tell the difference. Chloe waggles her eyebrows, squeezing my hands playfully. Max? I laugh awkwardly, feeling a blush rise on my face, and yank my hands out of her grip. No! What are you doing? You're fumbling! Who said I'm buying? Lord, you're fumbling! Chloe pouts, bottom lip jutting out dramatically. You know, I did just offer to spend the rest of my life with you. The least you could do is offer to pay for my... Wait, what did you get me? At eggs and bacon? Your favorite, bacon, a side of eggs. Chloe slams her palms down on the table excitedly. Hot damn, now we're talking. Joyce bustles out of the kitchen a few moments later, expertly balancing trays loaded with breakfast foods. Chloe smirks mischievously, leaning forward in the booth. Gay, gay, gay. No doubt with something cheerfully antagonistic on the tip of her tongue. But the morning rush is so hectic that Joyce barely has time to set our plates down in front of us before tearing off across the restaurant to attend the family of 5 that just filled the last free booth. Chloe looks briefly disappointed that she lost the opportunity to annoy her mother. At least until she remembers there's food in front of her. Chloe eats with a sort of single-minded ferocity not uncommon in wild dogs. She's got about the same level of manners too, I remember. Think of all the times she'd stolen food right off my plate and unconsciously hunching over my meal while she looks up and starts eyeing my waffles. As you can see on the recreation of this painting, these two women were without husbands and had a very close friendship to the point of adopting 2 kids together and 3 dogs. Such beautiful female friendship. I love how on, like, how many specific emotes you have, Jay. Just, like, all for every situation. You gonna finish that? Here you go. I roll my eyes, taking one last bite before pushing my plate across the table to her. What if I'm actually doing the worst route where I'm making Chloe a worse person, and that's not what the route wants me to do? Chloe perks up, eagerly accepting the extra food. Thanks, Max. So I bet you're pretty pumped to get started on your project, huh? I bite my lip, shifting my gaze from Chloe's eager face to the window facing the street. I watch a few cars pass by, trying to gather my thoughts. I guess I'm excited, but... I glance back to Chloe, unable to stop the smile that tugs at the corner of my mouth. She always knows when there's something I'm not saying. But I'm pretty nervous too. I still can't believe I actually volunteered for the contest. I can. Chloe says it like it's just a fact. I feel butterflies flutter in my stomach, nervous for a whole other reason now. Confidence has always seemed to come as easy as breathing to Chloe, and I get it. She's tough and beautiful and smarter than she gives herself credit for. See, when you throw in beautiful between those other 2 adjectives, instant gay. That all makes sense. But it's her unwavering confidence in me that I can't wrap my head around sometimes. Max, you're like the best photographer in school. I know sometimes you get all in your head about this shit, but it's really not so complicated. Of course you're gonna kill it here. I smile gently back, hearing the hesitance at the end of her sentence. But... Chloe smiles bashfully, cheeks flushing just slightly, looking at me through the fringe of blue hair like a kid with her hand in the cookie jar. But it was kind of surprising you asked me to help you with your project. What? Chloe shifts in her seat. The food is gone now. Oh no! She has nothing to distract her from the conversation, so she grabs a packet of sugar from the center of the table, tearing it open and pouring the contents out into shapes on the tabletop. Chloe, we can't be just pouring sugar on the fucking table. What are you doing? At least, like, if you're going to waste sugar or, like, make a mess, put it on, like, a napkin or, like, a plate. Not the table, bro. Max, you're the best person I will ever know. Please marry me. Oh, my God. Help them. Joyce is gonna be so pissed. I mean... There are lots of, you know, good photographers in that class, Max. I basically only took photography so I could hang out with you and Rachel at school a few times a week. Chloe, you're my best friend. There's no one else I'd rather have in my corner for stuff like this. Chloe looks up from the pile of sugar that she was carefully shaping into swirls, not squirrels. that'd be crazy if she was making squirrels out of the sugar in the center of the table. That fucking grimace. Best friend. Oh my... Chloe, at this point, you need to ask her. It's Max is not doing it. At some point, if there are 2 gays, and neither of you is asking the other out, one of you is just going to have to. I'm sorry, one of you is just... And if it's not that person, it's gotta be you. That is literally what a fucking Instagram selfie from 2016 would be. Had a breakfast date with my bestie. Hashtag friends. Hashtag bestie. Except, like, were people using bestie in 2016? I feel like that's more, like, into 2020s. Or am I, like, gauging eras wrong? Her tone is light, but the look on her face makes me feel like I didn't say quite the right thing. My first mate. Lord. My partner in crime. The girl I buy breakfast for. Chloe's face breaks through with a wide grin, cheeks pink. In that case, can I order another? No. Chloe laughs. Worth a shot. So I guess we better get started on this thing. The rules say you need to take a photo of somewhere in Arcadia Bay. Do you know where you want to go? I'm trying to think of, like, what would have been... Like, oh, girls' night. I kind of want to leave this. You decide. Actually, why don't you tell me where you want to go? We're going to the fucking junkyard, aren't we? Water break. Chloe had pulled the beanie off her head and tugged it down over my eyes. As soon as we got into the truck, I wanted to pull it off, but she levied the vague threat of swift retribution against me. Remembering all the retaliatory pranks she had unleashed on those who had dared to oppose her in our childhood, I decided to play along. Kissing my best friend on the lips, laughing, crying emoji, laughing, crying emoji, laughing, crying emoji, laughing, crying emoji, hashtag friendship! My favorite gal pal! Even with my eyes covered, I had felt the excitement radiating off of her for the entire drive. Oh, do y'all remember? So this is a Tumblr thing I do remember. Remember the, like, hashtag just girl things or whatever? And I remember hearing that the person that ran, like, that Tumblr blog or that, like, that started that whole just girls thing, turned out to be a lesbian. And it's like, oh, this makes a lot more sense. It's like, me and the bestie kissing each other, hashtag just girl things. Forever friendzone, hashtag KMS, hashtag friendship. Oh, dude, when me and Monk lived together, it would be so funny if we ran like an irony 2016 Instagram thing where we just pretend it's 2016 and we just throw in random fucking hashtags. Even with my eyes covered, I had felt the excitement radiating off of her for the entire drive. I can't deny I'm eager to see what Chloe has in store when the truck finally rolls to a stop. Sit tight. I hear the car door open and close. Then a moment later, I feel the door on my side open. She leans across my body, unbuckling my seatbelt for me and wrapping a hand around my elbow to guide me out of the cabin. Gay, gay, gay. Fellas, is it straight to unbuckle your friend's seatbelt? I stumble anyway, my clumsiness trumping Chloe's best efforts to help me. She catches my weight against her body, steadying me with one hand on my hip, the other still gripping my arm. Just kiss. Whoa there. Sorry. I can still feel myself blushing, for once grateful that the beanie obscures so much of my face. You okay? Her voice is so close and quiet. The gentle pressure of her finger... We're about to describe in the gayest way possible that she's touching me. The gentle pressure of her fingers against my hip makes my heart beat faster, and I nod dumbly. You ready? I can hear the excitement in her voice. A fluttery feeling blooms in the pit of my stomach. I'm excited too. Yeah. I fucking called it. I've only played this game, well, not this game, but Life is Strange a billion times. Chloe yanks the beanie off my head and I squint against the sudden explosion of light. Time to shoot Chloe! Oh. I look around in the heaps of rusted metal, the scraggly weeds, the towering evergreens looming in the background. It's... amazing! What Yuri smut are you reading where they're fucking in junkyards? Wait, we don't have the time travel powers. We can't shoot Chloe, like, trying to do... I remember when you go to the junkyard for the first time, so many people are like, how do you find all the damn bottles? Amazing. Wow, Chloe. It's dorky, but I'm actually kind of awestruck by the atmosphere of the place. There are so many cool things around. Old vehicles, decommissioned signs, busted appliances, everything with its own story. Each piece a unique offering. Yeah, what's considered mild on AO3? This place is perfect. Chloe beams at me, shoving her hands in her back pockets and rocking back on her heels. Love can bloom anywhere, even in junkyards. Bloom into you, junkyard edition? God. Imagine a world without AO3. We'd be truly in the worst possible... We're already, like, in the worst timeline, but imagine in a much worse timeline. Like, significantly worse. You think so? Yeah, God, I could get so many cool shots here. We'd be on fanfiction.net. I'm so glad you can see it, you know? The potential here. Chloe trails off, looking thoughtful. After a beat of silence, she turns around, fixing me with a mischievous smirk. Let me show you around. Oh, let me also save. I have not saved this entire time. Chloe takes off with a little skip, grabbing the sleeve of my sweater and pulling me behind her. She leads me on a whirlwind tour around the yard. We weave between stacks of rustled out car bodies, picking our way carefully through jagged metal and broken glass. Did we get tetanus shots before this? What the hell is adult fanfiction.net? I think that is before my time. Around a field of dented metal drums and old tires and rebar. It doesn't take long for me to start to understand just what Chloe loves about this place. There's a sort of serenity here among all the wrecks and the refuse. It's kind of beautiful. Chloe drags me over to an old trawler and offers to boost me up over the side. 2000s fanfics days. That's crazy. See, I was only but a mere small child in the 2000s. I decline. That thing looks like I said about the tetanus shot. That looks like tetanus waiting to happen, but Chloe just shrugs and hauls herself over the side with a cheerful disregard for her own personal safety. Are you trying to imply that Chloe and Max are anti-vax, so they would get tetanus? Is that what we're implying here? She struts around the top of the boat, posing and flexing, mugging for the camera. See, now instead of mugging, it'd be mogging for the camera. She's out mogging me. Oh my god, could you imagine Life is Strange now with 2026 speak, where it's like, Max, I'm out mugging you. That'd be the plot line that Victoria. Oh my god, imagine a Victoria in 2026 being like out mogging and look maxing. Nathan's look maxing, hitting himself with a fucking hammer, and then you got Victoria mogging. What have I done? Do not put that out there. Do not make a game like this. I'm kidding. Do not do this. Face card? Yeah, we'd put face card in there too. Face card on point. God. I thought you were 60 years old already. I know. You can just tell that, like, 75 is creeping up on me soon. She struts atop the boat, posing and flexing, mugging for the camera like the charismatic jerk she is when I fall back to snap a few photos. Oh no, it's the Dread Pirate Bluebeard, here to plunder Arcadia Bay. Arrgh! Chloe's pirate impression is as hilariously bad as ever, and I can't help but laugh. Chloe rolls her eyes, offended, and casually flips me off. Shut up, landlubber. Don't think I won't make you walk the plank. She walks to the tip of the bow and kicks over a chair, propping a leg up on the upturned seat. Fuck that Bluebeard shit. Call me Captain Morgan. I snap another photo, grinning. It begins. Captain Morgay. She laughs and hops down without warning, tossing me one over the metal curtain rods she had been waving around the top of the trawler. Yeah, we're just saying shit now. What's this? Your sword, on guard. Remember when we played On Guard? I was so happy to have a lesbian sword game. And then all downhill from there. She takes a slow swing at me and I react on instinct, deflecting the blow with my curtain rod and leading us into a full-blown sword fight. She swings again and I react on instinct, deflecting the blow with my curtain rod. And it's bizarre! JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because we've done this about 1,000 times. We're grown-ups now, but somehow playing pirates with my best friend is still easier than breathing. Oh, I have news for you. It's because you're gay! Lord Almighty. For as much as she's changed, for all her hair dye and the tattoos and the weed smoked and the occasional bad attitude, there are things about Chloe that are just fundamental. Like, she can still make the dumbest, goofiest shit still seem fun and exciting. Her laugh, yeah, the route's gonna take a turn for the worse when we hit her with the curtain rod and she gets tetanus. Her laugh still makes my heart skip. Here we fucking go again, bro. Her smile still warms me up from the inside. And she still gets way too cocky in a sword fight, leaving herself wide open. I feint to the right, almost feeling bad when she lunges predictably away, defense slipping. Almost. Chloe's eyes widen as my next swing comes down. She knows she's gonna get sent straight to Davy Jones' locker. Frankly, she tries to dodge, but ends up tipping over a stack of tires and landing right on her ass. Damn it. She sinks back into the pile of rubber in defeat, breathing heavily. I grin, feeling a trickle of sweat roll down my temple. Hey, Chloe, maybe we should stop. You're looking pretty... Max, don't say it. Tired? You see, they'd be great parents because of the god-awful dad jokes. You're looking pretty. Yeah, you should have just stopped there. Chloe groans and rolls onto her side. Slowly, she pushes herself up onto a standing position, patting down her pockets. I'm not high enough to deal with this right now. Come with me. She leads me around to a cinder block shed along some train tracks and back into the junkyard, into a clearing behind the school bus. Chloe hops up onto the mound of an old car, patting the spot next to her and sparking up a joint. The metal is warm from the sun as I take my seat beside her. We're sitting so close, I can feel her pinky brush against mine on the hood of the car. Oh boy. Tentatively, I reach over and hook my finger over hers, watching the slow smile that spills across her face in response. I'm really glad you wanted me to help you, Max. I already told you there's no one else I'd rather have helping me with this. This stream is nice, but I feel like we're forgetting something. No, we're not forgetting anything. Yeah, it must be your imagination. You honestly, one of you should make the meme of like, you know the like woman holding her baby, and then like the other thing's drowning, and then the skeleton at the bottom of the pool. You should like have new games with me and the baby, and then like just all the other games, and then Alan Wake 2 at the bottom of the fucking pool. Chloe speaks through a puff of smoke, looking out towards the trees. I know, not just because of that though. I know. Ugh. Tongue twister, and I'm not even speaking. I knew you'd be busy with this project for the rest of the week, and I really wanted to spend time with you. Max, I'm leaving. I feel like all the air has been sucked out of my lungs. What? Chloe winces and takes a hit off the joint to buy herself some time. Oh boy. Yeah, Alan Wake 2 is the skeleton. I need to get out of here. I'm so sick of this town. I'm taking off at the end of the week. I just need to go someplace else for a while. You're leaving? Only for a couple of days. Oh my god. Not the angst, bro! Or weeks. Look, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm coming back, alright? Yeah, just go with her. Road trip, road trip. Chat, what do we do? I don't want to be like, you can't do that, and then Chloe gets mad. But I want to be like, I get it, and then she's like, oh, you want me gone. Not roll dice! I don't know what to pick! Oh, I feel like both options is bad, or she's gonna like misconstrue it. Chat, help. Be selfish and clingy? Alright. You can't do that. Chloe, what the hell? You can't just leave. Chloe slides down the hood of the car, dragging the smoldering tip of the joint along the metal to snub it out. She spins on the balls of her feet as soon as she hits the ground, leveling a glare at me. Yeah, Max, I can. I am. She pops her elbow like a challenge, mouth twisted into a scowl. Oh boy. My heart catches and I'm so mad for a second. Chloe and I don't fight often, but for good reason. She's the only person who's ever been able to get under my skin quite like this. I open my mouth ready to argue again, and then I notice it. Chloe's hands tremble just barely when she goes to tuck the unfinished joint into her pocket. I pause, flickering my eyes back up to her face. Still, she's staring me down, ready to raise hell, but anger was always easier for Chloe than fear. I think about her nervous admission in the diner, the hesitancy in her voice when she told me she was leaving, and I know my reaction now could break her. Okay, wait. Chloe's face goes slack with surprise before her defenses come back up. She shifts nervously in place, the look she's giving me now still wary but less certain. What? I take a deep breath and pat the empty space next to me. Come back over Get back over here. Come on. I mean, visual novels I feel like have better clarity for what options you pick than like choice-based games, because there's always the meme of like you pick something and it's completely not what you thought that was gonna do. She hesitates, gnawing her bottom lip nervously. Chloe, please. Reluctantly, she takes a seat beside me again, propping her heels up on the front bumper and draping her arm across them. I don't want to fight with you, Chloe. So if you're really leaving, let's not spend our time together that way, okay? Okay. I've never been out of Arcadia Bay, Max, and sometimes it feels like I'll never be able to. And that's terrifying. I don't expect you to really understand. But I need you to trust that this is what I need right now, okay? It's rare to see Chloe so earnest. I smile despite the lump in my throat, the tightness in my chest. Okay. Chloe slumps forward a little, relieved, and I finally get how tense she was before. This must have been eating her up. I reach out and take her hand again, and she perks up a little, shooting me a small but earnest smile. Imagine having a heart-to-heart and being vulnerable with each other. That's a crazy concept. Imagine communication skills, something that the gays don't understand. Guess we better get to school, huh? I smile back, squeezing her hand as she slides off the hood of the car and pulls me to my feet. Guess so. Her hand in mine is warm. I hold it for as long as I can. Double exposure's biggest nightmare. My head feels heavy when I wake up the next morning, and I swipe 4 times on my phone alarm instead of the usual 2. What is imagine? It takes me a bleary couple of seconds of rubbing my eyes and stretching to remember why my mind feels so weighted down. Oh, Chloe. I promised myself last night I wouldn't be too upset about Chloe jet-setting off, at least on the outside. I meant what I said yesterday. I do understand on the logical level why she wants to, and I really sincerely want her to be happy. It would make me the biggest hypocrite in Oregon to call her out on leaving me behind in Arcadia Bay as she goes off to explore the world. I know that. There's a difference. Okay. But you were a child and your parents were moving, so like, you know, but I've loved having her back in my life. It's taught me that some people are really, take 3. It's taught me that some people really are irreplaceable. Chloe most of all. I'm not crazy about the idea of losing that again, or losing her again. Yeesh, right after I told myself I wouldn't be mopey too. Time to get it together, self. I roll out of bed, start putting my clothes and things together. What's really important now is to focus on Chloe, make the most of our time together. I'll need to get the morning muzziness out of my head first, but I'd really like to do something special for her. Making sure her party memories of Arcadia Bay are good ones. Give her a compelling reason to come back. Okay, Max, you're going to miss Chloe. How about we dwell on that after she's actually left? Oh, and we're going to need to take a photo, a good photo, an award-winning photo. Sometimes I feel like time is actively working against me. Time to go splash some water on my face. Max sadness hour is over. It's about time this day got rolling. But of course, when the door swings open, the smell of weed hits me like a truck. My heart just goes speedy again. Hey, bedhead. Morning, burnout. She grins at me, lowering her joint and leaning back against the sink. She looks loose-limbed and carefree this early in the morning, arms bare and hair mussed. Looks like she's waiting around to raise some hell with Rachel again this morning. I know I must look like a mess, but at least it's nothing she hasn't seen before. I cross by her, the sink to her left, leaning over it, splashing some water on my face, exhaling against my fingers. Chloe's looking at me. I can feel it. You doing okay, Max? I straighten up and glance at her before patting off my face. Yeah, I'm fine, you know, I'm not a morning person. Who is? Still, she's looking at me a little searchingly. Her joint glows ember red between her fingers. Yeah, Chloe was still smoking. She was smoking cigarettes still. Like I said, I thought she would have turned into a vapor, but nope, she's still smoking cigarettes. You sure though? Your eyes are kinda... She makes a vague gesture with her hands, indicating my entire face, which isn't exactly helpful. All smudgy like, too small. Thanks. Thinking about you! Just thinking about you, I guess. At that, her grin spreads wide, shit-eating, and she leans towards me, bracing both hands on either side of the sink. Oh, really? God, we got to fuck in the bathroom? Is that what we're doing? For a second, I just blink at her, and she raises an eyebrow. Then I get it. Oh, you wish. Oh! I shove at her shoulder, and she sways back, laughing. You know, it gets to a point where you're flirting with each other, and where it just stops being a joke. And she sways back, laughing. I giggle too. It might take you forever to realize it, but at one point you're gonna be like, damn, I don't think we're joking anymore. And she sways back, laughing. I giggle too, and wish I hadn't already doused myself. It'd be suspicious to do it twice. And the contest too, but somehow you manage to distract me even when you're not there. Chloe grins and rubs her joint out against the sink. I'm counting on that. Anyway, Rachel will be here in a few minutes. Apparently today is going to be the big goodbye day. The word goodbye just drops another rock into the pit of my stomach, but I just nod. Is that your way of subtly telling me you're good to get... Is that your way of subtly telling me to get out of your Kool-Aid stained hair? Bruh. When I think of Kool-Aid, I do not think of blue Kool-Aid. It's always either purple or red Kool-Aid. Sometimes it's not a joke. We're already 3 years deep into a relationship and have a collection of dead plants. First of all, how dare you suggest this color comes from anything but the finest bottle of Manic Panic Bad Boy Blue amplified hair dye. Second, absolutely not hippie. I was planning on running into you. She meets my eyes again, and I straighten a little. No, you don't. You gain a little. Reach up to pinch a water droplet out of my bangs. Yeah? Why? For one thing, you look cute first thing in the morning. Your hair is all floofy. Kiss. Just kiss. It wouldn't solve all of your problems. Honestly, it might create more problems, but... what's a few more problems? But it might solve something, you never know. I mean, yeah, like, come on now. Look at the bracelet. As I'm brushing down my admittedly floofy hair with my fingers, she continues. Also, Rachel has me booked all day, but I wanted to know what your plans were. My plans? Yeah, hopefully I'll be free later on today, so if you wanted to do something like, for the contest, or... She shrugs, suddenly unsure, and flicks her smush joint into the stall across from her, and misses the drain by about 2 feet. But just the fact that Chloe's still thinking about the contest first, about me, even in the face of this huge shift in her life. I definitely want to hang out. But maybe today can just be a Max and Chloe day? She looks at me again, surprised, and she grins. Dude, every day is a Max and Chloe day, like fucking Thelma and Louise. Have you got something in mind? Not yet, but I will by the time this afternoon rolls around. It's a surprise. Chloe's eyes go even brighter. Sweet. Give me something to look forward to as I suffer through all the skater bros tears. You're gonna break their hearts. She nods cheerfully. They'll get used to it. Her phone beeps and we both look down. Chloe checks a message, then shoves it back in her pocket. Rachel, she's waiting outside apparently. She lives off this shit, you know. I think men's tears might make her younger or something. That does sound like Rachel. Mystical, powerful, and daunting. Go easy, alright? I kind of feel bad for them. No promises. She reaches out and ruffles my hair with one hand. I'll catch you later, dork. And I'll text you when I can meet up. Okay, tell Rachel I'm expecting her to be the responsible one. She already knows, but will do. She winks at me, then slips out of the bathroom door. So that gives me the half hour before class to start thinking of something special for Chloe. Good, Max. Great forward thinking. Playing a balancing act of thinking about Chloe and getting ready for class is even harder than I thought it would be. Well, I'm still bummed she'll be cutting class and I won't be able to see her. It's not as though it's the first time she's ever done it. Also, I'm kind of glad to be lined up as the person she comes back to at the end of the day. Keeps me feeling significant. Like a significant other? Yeah, we just gotta plan some gay activities. Even though I know it's probably poor planning to let the contest take a day off when we only have three contest days on. I think it's a good idea to have some time for Chloe and I to just focus on each other. Plus, if she's going to be busy for most of the day, then it gives me a bit to plan for the photo in the meantime. And for what I want to do for Chloe today. I think I'd like to have something to give her. Something memorable to remind her of Arcadia Bay. Or of me. Right. For a moment, that makes me smile. The idea of White Knight Chloe receiving a token from her lady fair before setting off on her grand Arthurian journey. Then I catch myself. Max Caulfield, please step out of the closet. Max Caulfield. Geez, Skullgirl crush much, Max? I shake my head, push that more than semi-worrying thought out of my mind for now, and focus on thinking of a gift Chloe might like. After spending a couple seconds looking around my room, I come up with what I think are 3 Chloe-y options. I think the pirate photo is the best thing. Let's go with the pirate photo. I still have that photo of Chloe and I as pirate tweens in my dresser. We're still a little doughy faced and goofy, but we're both smiling bright. It's one of my favorite pictures of us together, but I have so many great photos of Chloe to hang on to while she's gone. I think that would be a sweet way to keep her in my thoughts. Pirate adventures together, in spirit at least. Maybe after class I can go out and buy a frame for it, spruce it up a little. Sounds like a plan. What's really important is making this day about Chloe. I want her to feel like I'm supporting her decision, not holding her back. It's hard, walking the balance of knowing I'm really, really going to miss her, and being happy for her knowing she's doing what she wants to do. Chloe deserves the world and more, but when you say someone deserves the world, or when someone is your world, I just hope her happy ending isn't one where we're apart. Gay ass. 70 hours of gay into 12 hours. Mine definitely isn't. Her getting ready to leave is starting to make me really realize that. I'm starting to think I should have put that into words before this week. Just as I'm running the risk of riding the train back all the way into Mopesville, though, my phone beeps. Luckily, too. Because apparently I only have 2 minutes to get to class. Fuck! I hurriedly shrug my bag over my shoulder, scrolling through my text with my other hand. Looks like I'll be free around 4. That work for you? My schedule is totally clear. I'm at your beck and call. Intriguing. You gonna give me that hint about this surprise thing or what? Well, I think you'll like it. Dude, of course I'm gonna like it. More specific. Nope. I want to watch you shiver with You're lucky I love you because you're a pain in the ass. Do you truly love each other? Or are you truly not dating if you don't say you love you and that they're a pain in the ass? Gay, homosexual gay. Just finish the damn... Whatever, okay, I'll see you at 4. Also, Max, thanks for doing this. I know you're busy with the contests and school stuff, and it's great to be able to hang out with you still. I'm glad we can. Patient. Oh yeah, of course, nothing but the best for my BFF! Right. Yeah, see you later. Don't be late for the date. I'm gonna start charging you for those, I swear. I end up skidding into mixed dogs class with class 3 minutes late, but even the darkest of Victoria's glares can't wipe the stupid grin off my face. Lord almighty. It's 10 minutes to 4, but I'm actually starting to hope that I can rely on Chloe's chronic lateness. I ended up getting to the boardwalk later than I expected, scrambling to get my work done for class tomorrow, getting caught up in the brainstorming for the contest. In the end, I just decided to text Chloe asking if she would mind meeting up here. She's the one with a truck after all. And it's faster than Blackwell's bus, even if the upkeep is similarly doubtful. I dare you to say that to my truck's face. But okay, I'll meet you at the boardwalk. It's so atmospheric here too, it's hard to stay focused. All the bright colors of storefronts and soft sound of the sea in the distance makes me want to soak up the atmosphere. This is one of the only places in Arcadia Bay that continually feels lively. I've always been more inclined to the quieter parts of town, especially for photography. But there's still something so magical about places like this, on the border between civilization and nature. I wonder if Chloe's searching for more places like this, bustling, shining with color and sound. She's definitely someone who's drawn to places and people that present life with vigor. Is she even looking for something, or is she just desperate to leave this place specifically? Well, it's not like I'm gonna figure that out just by standing here thinking about it. The only person who can answer that question is Chloe. Right now, I need to make sure her gift is perfect. It was hard to decide what kind of frame to decorate the picture of tween Max and Chloe with, so in the end I just picked a simple one. As usual, it's what's on the inside that really counts. Even framed, you can still see the photos a little dog-eared and wrinkled from all the time I've had it. Hopefully Chloe will find that endearing rather than careless. At the very least, it'll remind her that she's in my thoughts. I hope she'll like it. Just as I've held up a little to inspect it against the sunlight, I hear a shout just from behind me. Max! I turn quickly, hiding both hands behind my back to see Chloe a few yards away, climbing out of her truck and beaming. Hey! I wave with one hand and try my best to be subtle, slipping her gift back into my bag as she starts ambling over in my direction. I barely have time to look back up again before Chloe's right in front of me, wrapping her arms around my waist and lifting me nearly an inch off the ground. Homosexual behavior. Ah! No! You are staying for the whole video game. You can't be abandoning the gay video game, gay birds. Ah! God, are you a sight for sore eyes? Put me down. She does, her hands still settled on my hips as she leans back to look at me, grinning at a half-hearted scowl. Imitate real life? What are you trying to tell me, birds? Don't pretend you're not happy to see me. Of course I'm happy to see you. That only makes her look more smug. So what was the damage? Chloe shrugs. Well, I think 6 years were added to Rachel's life. She told me to say hi, by the way. I'll have to say hi back later. She's counting on it. Chloe lets go of me and starts moving towards the edge of the wooden slats beneath us. She gestures for me to follow her, and I hurry to match pace with her again. So why meet up here? Not that I don't appreciate the romantic atmosphere. Speaking of that. Only the best. Well, you know, only the best for you. She grins, satisfied. Is this your best, then? She tilts her head back, looking at me from beneath her eyelids, almost like a dare, smiling with her incisors. I know that look. It's supposed to catch me off guard and say something stupid, probably so she can laugh at me. But I've been getting better at playing this game. I raise my chin, put one hand on my hip, even as I feel my heart flutter. Disappointed? That gets her to grin even wider, and all the challenge goes out of her face, laughing and tipping her head back. Never. Anyway, I actually needed to come back here to pick up a few things. Chloe's eyes light up. She turns to face me and back and elbows balancing against the fence that separates the sidewalk and sand. Like what? Like, new film and? She looks so eager. As usual, she's seen right through me. Still, it could be fun to tease her a little longer. And more colored pencils and? She's still grinning, and now she's starting to look a little unsure. I decide to cut her some slack. And something for you. She brightens, springing up straight again. I can't help but grin back, my hands coming up to wrap around my bag strap. Score, I knew it, subtle as a sledgehammer, Max. When she comes up to me all the way in my space and eyes roving around me curiously, it's hard to stand my ground. I have to tilt my head back a little to look her into the eyes. So, where is it? You sure you want it right now? Yes, give. Oh my god. The give. One of her hands snakes underneath my arm towards my bag. I shiver involuntarily as it brushes against my waist, then smack it away, shoving the bag further behind my back. Grabby. Guilty as charged. Come on, Max, show me the money. I roll my eyes, but she just beams insistently at me. I reach back into my bag and withdraw it carefully. Okay, but it's your fault there's no element of surprise. Chloe rolls her eyes when she sees a frame, but she's smiling when she takes it from me. She looks over for a moment, and then her eyes widen. It's us! Yeah, baby pirates, Chloe and Max. Chloe holds the frame close to her face, looking over with new interest. God, when was this taken? I think I'm missing teeth. Aw, man, you still have that awful haircut. I wince and she laughs, but when I glance up at her again, her expression was sober. It's still staring down at the photo. Yeah, Chloe bag in lake thrower. What is it? She glances back up at me, surprised, and huffs a laugh and looks between me and the photo again. You're gonna make me miss you too much, dude. Oh, no, shit, don't read into that. This is so cool. It's staying up front with me the whole trip. Thanks, Max. Just to make sure you're thinking of us little people from time to time. She brushes a little at that, tugging her jacket firmer over her shoulders. For a moment, I lose eye contact with her. Are you seriously worried about that? As if I could ever forget. As if this isn't the biggest thing to worry about when you find out your best friend is leaving for an indeterminate amount of time, especially when yours truly is guilty of exactly that. Still, I try to keep my tone light, coming to stand beside her, lean back on the fence some. Well, you never know. I've heard there's a lot of world out there, Chloe. It's easy to get distracted. Distracted from what? Hey, remember in Life is Strange Double Exposure when Max... Oops. Good lord. I look at her confused, and the look on her face startles me. It looks like she's really deep in thought, like she's trying to make a decision. Whatever the decision is, it seems to settle on it, and looks back at me again. Her eyes are really determined and kind of intense. My mouth goes dry. I feel myself stand up a little straighter. You're right. What is double exposure? Listen, Max. I wanted... She hesitates just for a moment. In the space of that 1 second, her phone beeps. Photo taking method. It's not a loud sound, but both of us jump. We glance at each other, and I giggle as she huffs and reaches for her pocket. My heart is beating way too fast. It's Joyce. She wants me home early tonight so we can make dinner together or something. I'd barely given any thought to how Joyce must be taking this. Now there's a pang in my chest. You should go, but we have tomorrow and Friday to hang out and work on the project. Besides, it's your mom. Chloe chews on her lip a moment, then she looks at me, suddenly bright-eyed again. Come back to my place. What? She grins at me, bottom lip caught between her teeth. Come on, it'll be great. It'll make Joyce happy. You know, just like old times, cooking dinner together, blanket forts, pillow fights. It's a Wednesday. I have class tomorrow, and we're definitely going to need to crack down and take the contest photo, too. There is really no time to be staging impromptu sleepovers, but Chloe's still beaming at me, insistent and almost coquettish. Her eyebrows raised, one hand on her hip. Pillow fights. Yeah, that's what we were calling it in 2016. If I say okay and regret it later, there's no one to blame but myself. Okay. But we can't stay up too late. It's like Chloe's whole body just illuminates. She straightens and claps her hands together like a kid, and her grin stretching wide across her cheeks. Yes! And without much more ado, she grabs my hand and starts dragging me back towards her truck. This is gonna be hella awesome. Finally, a hella! It's gonna be hella awesome, Max. Joyce will definitely bring her cooking skills. With a Z! If we're here. Oh boy. Yeah, remember in the game when they had a sleepover? I should definitely be feeling some regret or indecision about this poor choice of time management, just like how I should have felt self-control a few seconds ago. But Chloe's hand is really warm in mine. This is not the first time we're pointing this out. This is like the third time. I'm so full, I think I might never eat again. Chloe is right, and Joyce is excited to see me, probably because it meant another helping hand in the kitchen. The two of us ended up doing most of the work, which is likely the way Chloe planned it. Still, we made so much and ate so much, I don't think I'm going to be able to move again for another couple hours. Chloe and I are on her bedroom floor now, sprawled underneath an admittedly very half-hearted blanket fort made up of all the pillows we could find and a blanket propped up by Chloe's bedpost and her lamp. Yeah, where's the gay flag? That's not the right country, Chloe. This is definitely a fire hazard. Just like me. She's lying on her back, arms folded under her head, and I'm on my elbows leaning back. We've drawn our knees up to conserve space, but our legs are still bracketed around each other. I'm exhausted. It's only, what, 7? It's not a bad thing, though. Maybe we'll get to bed at a reasonable hour after all. Chloe groaned, shifting a little to spread her arms out wide. Reasonable hour? Oh, right, because of the contest. Have you started coming up with a game plan yet? I tilt my head back. Chloe doesn't pay a lot of attention in photography class, but I know she'll do her best with whatever I ask of her. The contest is a lot of pressure on its own, but having Chloe's goodwill resting blindly on me is heavy too. Sort of. The junkyard was such a cool idea, Chloe. There's so much opportunity for a lot of different kind of shots. Even though she's flat on her back, I can still see her preen. I grin up at the blanket. The tricky part will be trying to find a way to center the shot, since there's going to be so much happening in the backdrop. But I'm not too worried about that. I mean, if you're the subject, I think. What a jump scare. There's a loud creak of the floorboard underneath us. Chloe comes up under her arms in a matter of seconds, eyes wide and wincing at her wrist crack. If I'm the subject. Her surprise startles me too, and I nearly lose my balance, upsetting the blanket slightly and hitting my elbows a little too hard against the floor. I thought Chloe already assumed she was going to be the subject, but in retrospect, I guess the both of us were too distracted to actually talk about it. I turn a little red, kind of careless, Max. Yeah, I thought, but I didn't ask, sorry, so if you don't want it, that's totally... No, I mean, I'll do it, I just... She glances away, and it takes me a second to realize she looks a little shy all of a sudden. It's such an unfamiliar expression of her that it takes me a second to recognize it. If you wanted a model, you should have asked Rachel. I asked you? Because eye-catching just seems generic. I'm gonna go with I asked you. But I asked you. She just snorts, but she's still not meeting my eyes. I straighten my arms, push myself all the way up to look at her better. Rachel does amazing shots, of course, but the theme was bonds between people, right? That finally gets her to glance back at me, but her expression is unreadable. She's still not saying anything, so I go on. The feeling behind the photo is what's really going to count, and if it's you and me, then... I falter because it's her and me, and then what exactly? I don't have the words to describe the bond between me and Chloe. All I know is that it's strong. And gay. She watches my face for a couple of seconds, eyes flickering. I almost cringe, thinking I've messed up. Then she grins and lies back down again, hands on her stomach. Yeah, fuck yeah, we're gonna kill it. Well, I think that covers that topic. Besides, photography is something that happens in the moment. It's not really something you can plan out in advance. It's kind of romantic that way. God, just get together. I look at Chloe again, but she's still looking up away from me. I wish I knew what she was thinking about. Chloe and I can read each other so well, but there are still moments where I can't get her in my head. The silence is broken a little by the sound of Joyce passing underneath the stairs, singing softly to herself. Chloe's fingers curl up. So you've already talked to Joyce about you going? Chloe glances down at me in surprise, then grimaces and looks back up at the ceiling. I knew it would be an uncomfortable subject, but I'm hoping for the best. Yeah, I mean, it didn't exactly go smooth, she cried. Max, it was freaking... What am I, 6? It was fucking brutal. I hummed sympathetically. Mom tears are the absolute worst. But in the end, like, she understood. She wants me to be happy, kind of like what you said yesterday. She said she was the same when she was young too, her and my dad. She said with the gene pool I had, she shouldn't have expected anything less than a free spirit. Super Max, she cried. Like a bird. I mean, what? I can't think of a better way to describe Chloe. Joyce may have come down to roost, but the Price women were meant for flight. Chloe grins lazily up at me. Bird of prey. Did not think there'd be so many bird references in this game, but Then her grin falters and she comes up on her elbows again. What about you? Me? Yeah, are you a bird, Max? I'm running out of birds. Her voice is light, teasing, but there's a serious sort of look in her face I can't quite decipher. Unsure, I chuckle and I lean back and close my own eyes. Sure. There's a sudden tug at my foot and I almost come unseated. I prop myself back on my forearms and look back up at Chloe in surprise. Bird, Yuri! I don't think you were a thought during the development of this game, but this is pretty funny. Yeah, somehow in 2012, the developer of this game knew that there was going to be a streamer who specifically specifies and specializes in bird yuri, so threw that in there for 10 years later. Her fingers are still wrapped around my bare ankle, and there's a searching, almost severe look in her eyes. I'm serious. Seriously asking if I'm a bird? Bird uriologist. Do I just need to hold them like this until the scene is over? Max? I don't know. Because I don't want to be like, I could be, and that sounds fake. Can we see Leon Duck Kennedy? Of course. There he is. Our son chat. Oh, what do I want to go with here? I'm not like you. I could be. Why do you ask? Oh, I love them too. I want to get more Resident Evil birds. But they're so hard to find now because like they're always like limited releases. I don't want anything to be construed the wrong way. Why do you ask kind of sounds a little mean. I could be kind of sounds like a fine option. I'm not like you. I'm gonna go with I could be. I could be, I think. One of her eyebrows raised and her thumb brushes past the knob of my ankle. I try really hard not to shiver this time, but she grins anyway. I kind of feel like she's testing me somehow. Well, I don't know if I am a bird, but I like to be one, really free, getting to see so much of the world going wherever it's warm. That's nice, and you know, the bird's eye view. When I glance up from her hand around my foot, she's staring at me. Her expression is curious, but she looks pleased. Is chat pleased by all the bird yuri? Bat yuri? I'm losing it. A smile tugging on the corners of her mouth, and I feel like I passed. Life is bird. Bird is strange. Well, I think you could be one. She lets go of me and comes up to sit a little straighter, both of us curled forward towards each other. Thanks, Chloe. Oh, God. Is Bat Yuri... I mean, to be fair, I do like Batgirl Yuri. The multiverse of bad games, Jules. Like, I do ship Cassie and Stephanie together, so... Batgirl Yuri. That means a lot coming from a professional peacock like you. Fuck you, I'd be a way cooler bird. Anyway, between you and my mom and Rachel, everyone knows who actually matters knows now. Into the rainbow void Yuriverse. Well, that's good, right? No loose ends. She looks away from me again, her lips curling a little. I hate putting it like that. Something's definitely up with her. I'm not sure if it's something I'm supposed to ask after or leave alone. But Chloe knows I'm nosy, so I think she expects it when I push myself forward on my hands towards her. Are you feeling okay? She glances at me, surprised, then away again. I'm fine. Nervous? That gets her to look back again for a minute. I think I've misstepped, but then she gives an airy, disbelieving chuckle. Kinda. I nod, trying for a sympathetic and knowing expression, but I must screw it up because she immediately shakes her head. It's not what you're thinking. I'm not nervous about, like, driving or wherever I'm gonna go or whatever. It's just... Her mouth keeps moving for a moment after her voice trails off, and it's unsettling. I don't think I've ever seen Chloe wordless before. Her lack of brain-to-mouth filter is worrying sometimes, but at least it's consistent. Is this what you're gonna say whenever I say something sus, chat? My lack of brain-to-mouth filter? This time I have to lean to the left to catch her eyes again. She meets them a little wary. Then tell me what I should think. Clay, I'm not mad at you. You know that, right? I just want to know what's going on with you. I want to get it, like you said yesterday. It's not like you owe me explanations or anything, but, you know, you can still tell me anything, right? And I'll listen. I want to be there for you. Chat to brain filter. It startles me when she leans forward, not breaking eye contact for a second. Our faces are very close. Then she crosses her arms across my knees and rests her chin there, looking up. You already are here. Her calves are pressing into mine now, arms heavy where they've draped over my kneecaps when I swallow. She's grinning up at me, cat-like and intrigued. Come on, I was being serious. I curse myself for stuttering, but Chloe doesn't seem to notice, just pushes herself off my knees again. I'm being serious too. Max, it's just cool that you're here. It's cool that we can still hang out, and that you're making this time for me and being a dumbass. Being a dumb... But she just laughs, stretching her arms over her head and then flipping off the edge of the blanket beside her. Chill. Anyway, I'm in a movie mood. It'll help us digest. You got any suggestions? What the fuck are these suggestions? Bruh? Final Fantasy Spirits Within, bruh. Sure, let's go Final Fantasy. Well, there's nothing like the classic. Chloe groans so loudly I think it hurts her. Dude, if you make me watch that fucking anime movie one more time. You've only watched it once and you fell asleep halfway through. Better than it deserved. You need to let it grow on you. I'll let the fungus grow on me before that movie does, but whatever, let's go. She holds the blanket up for me as I wiggle out from underneath it, wrapping it under her arm as we head out of her room. Lord almighty. I'm so jittery, I can barely pay attention in class. Every time the light shifts, I just get distracted thinking about what to do for the photo when I should text Chloe what kind of angle I want to take. Even if we don't win, this photo is going to be important to me and to Chloe. It's going to be the last thing we do together before she goes. It's going to be ours. Thinking extremely gay thoughts. I was almost late to class today, which isn't helping my distraction. I forgot Chloe doesn't set alarms, of course, so I just woke up to Joyce yelling for me and Chloe's elbows in my face. She'd only grumbled and rolled over when I untangled her legs, got dressed, and hurried out the door, so she's probably still asleep. That's all loud in my ear. Just as I think so, Just as I think so, my phone buzzes. I have to wait for the teacher to turn around before I can check it. Meet me out front in 10 minutes. In front of the school? Yes, Max, in front of the school. Yeah, where's the FNAF Let's Play? God. Okay, Ray, you're the FNAF expert. Which animatronic is Max and Chloe's favorite? Like, what is each of their favorite animatronics? What do they what vibes do they give for you? I look out the window a little anxiously, but of course she's not there. Knowing Chloe, she'll probably just rolled out of bed, waking and baking as I think about her. So you're trying to tell me that Chloe cannot be a Monty stand until, like, years and years later? My class ends in 10 minutes. I have another one starting up in 20. I know that Chloe knows that. I don't know what she's planning yet, but whatever it is, it's probably something totally irresponsible. Something Joyce would shake her head disapprovingly at the very least. I shove my phone back into my pocket and do my best to focus back on the lesson. Ah, yes, the Green Heron reunion was because of her love for Monty from FNAF. Of course, of course. I'm too old for Chloe's shenanigans to be giving me butterflies. Chloe isn't out front when I hurry outside after class, so I'm stuck waiting for 5 minutes, checking between the road and the time and worrying about class and Chloe in regular intervals. I'm checking my phone for the 5th time when there are 3 sharp honks of a car horn. I look up to see Chloe's truck parked in front of the academy steps, her grinning at me from inside. Hey there. I hurry over, slipping my phone back into my pocket and folding my arms up over the gap left by the window. Hey. Excited to see me? Naturally. That just makes her grin wider at me and I just smile back, leaning forward a little so there's less of a barrier between us. Can't get enough of me? Oh! You really won't get off my case this week. At first she just looks startled. Then when she sees my expression, which I'm sure is just a stupid grin, she beams at me, scooting closer to the window so we're face to face. Don't pull this on me, Caulfield. You're the one who wanted to partner up in the first place. But what animatronic would Max like? Is she boring? Does she just like Freddy? Would that be her favorite? Is that why her hair is brown for Freddy? Because I knew no one else would bear... I promise you I did not read that before I said that Max's favorite animatronic would be Freddy. Well, that just confirms it, I guess. She'd like Puppet because they follow rules. I see. Because I knew no one else would bear to put up with you. She gasps in mock offense, pressing a hand to her chest. Then she just grins, leaning forward a little more. Thank you, Shay. Oh, no one else would be able to handle me. I'm about to retort, hopefully with something snarky and clever, but then our noses brush. Excuse me? I didn't realize she'd gotten so close. Out of instinct, I lean back a little, surprised. Chloe blinks at me, then gives a nervous chuckle and leans back too. Anyway, speaking of, what do you say we get this show on the road? You seriously want to ditch right now? You seriously don't? Chloe, I have class right now, actually. You do too, if I'm remembering correctly. You are honestly such a square. As I'm giggling at her unironic use of square as an insult, she just rolls her eyes in my direction and goes on. Come on, dude. If there were ever a reason to cut class, it's to do this. You're pursuing your passion or whatever, right? Don't pretentious art schools like Blackwell have an addendum that excuses absences if you're inspired or something? I doubt it. And your best friend who's leaving town tomorrow is telling you to? Well, and the sky's really pretty right now. Look. How gay. I don't know if she's being sincere or just teasing me, but when I tilt my head back and look at the sky, it is really pretty. A clear blue leaching out from the fading pinks and purples of early morning. I sigh. Let's go. Let's go then. Chloe raises an eyebrow, but reaches forward to unlock the door anyway. Geez, I thought you'd be a harder sell. I climb up onto the truck, toss my bag underneath my feet. What made you think that? You always get so whiny whenever I try to do something, what's the word you like? Delinquent, right? She pouts in my direction for show, and I laugh and shove at her shoulder. Who's whining? She chuckles, spinning her keys around with one finger. I lean back and watch them circle. Besides, it's not like convincing me to be with you is that hard to sell. Gay, gay, gay. The keys fly off her hand and hit the dash, and I flinch at the sound before glancing back at her in surprise. She winced when the keys crash against the car too, but now she's just looking at me, a little wide-eyed. I don't even need to read the rest of something. This time I really can't help but get flustered. Honestly, Max, could you- that sounded more gay? No, I get it. I know, I'm irresistible. Among other things. Just kiss. Just kiss. All good things, though. I just chuckle, unable to deny it, and reach down to get the keys back for her. She turns the car on, the truck kicking it a few times before rearing into action. Alright, let's bail before the dog freaks. I'm sure they'll understand. I mean, the deadline was so short, I bet tons of people are scrambling. Dude, who cares? You are officially... She pauses for a few seconds, just long enough to pull out of the academy property. Off Blackwell grounds. God, living at school must really fuck with your head. No worrying about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day, alright? If you say so. Nope. You're the one in charge here, Max. You're calling the shots. Oh, get it? Calling the shots like a photo pun? You're hilarious. I know. Anyway, I want you to say I'm not going to worry about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day. Okay, I won't. Word for word. I just roll my eyes, trying not to giggle. I fail. Isn't paraphrasing good enough? Chloe scoffs, and suddenly the truck slows to what's basically a crawl. Chloe leans back lazily against the seat, looking at me sideways. I mean, I guess it's passable, but so is, you know, reaching our destination 2 hours from now. Chloe! I just realized Chloe is school. I'm not going to worry about class or deadlines or... You're such a pain in the ass. Yes, Chloe's in school. Well, I guess Chloe's in school for... Well, not right now, but she was in school. I end up having to deliver it through giggles. I'm not going to worry about class or deadlines or homework for the rest of the day. Happy? And my best friend, Chloe Price, is going to have my undivided attention. I smile at her, leaning back against the seat. And my best friend, Chloe Price, is going to have my undivided attention. She grins at me, revving the car back up to what's probably a little above the speed limit. And also, I'm finally going to admit she's the hottest person I've ever... Bro? What are we doing? What are we doing? In your dreams. She laughs, high and pleased, and I smile, facing forward again and settling farther down into the cracked leather. My eyes catch suddenly on the reflection of the glass up against the dash. Oh. It's the photo of Chloe and me, tweeny pirates, the frame vibrating along with the buzz of the truck and glinting in the sun. Chloe follows my gaze, then chuckles. I'm gonna need to tape it down or something, but geez, how am I gonna commit any misdemeanors when I've got this face following me around? She flicks one finger against between Max's face, twisting her face up in a forced scowl, and I just grin pleased. Bird Yuri jangling. Ooh, ooh, Chad, look at the birds. Look at the gay birds, Chad. Ooh, look at the birds. You say it like that's a bad thing. It is a bad thing. Still, though, she can't keep up the scowl when she looks back at me. Thanks, though. It's nice. Sure. Alright, Alright, enough of this mushy shit. Let's get the show on the road. She brings us up to 10 miles per hour for the speed limit, and then we're really on our way. The sky is pure blue when we reach the junkyard, bright and clear, and it makes me feel optimistic despite the butterflies starting to take flight in my stomach. Don't make that face. What face? This one? She puts on some kind of exaggerated pout. I definitely do not make that face. Yeah, you do. It's the face you always make when you're worried about something. But you shouldn't be worried. You're going to take an amazing picture. How do you know? Because it's you. But it's not going to get taken if we just sit here and mope about it. Come on, let's go. She grins at me, climbs out of the truck, coming around the side of the truck to let me out. How gentlemanly. Well, I'm with a lady, so what are you thinking for the shot, Max? I look around carefully. There's so much to catch the eye here. Overturned appliances and metal shining in the sunlight, and the bright colors of the trees and skies above all else. It's here we observe homosexuality in its natural habitat. What do you think? Well, what do you think? She glances at me, surprised. What do I think? Shit, Max, you're the professional here. And you're my partner, right? We're doing this together. Dude, I'm just here for the ride because you asked me. Because there's no one I'd rather be with for this. Come on, not even a sarcastic thought. I glance around the junkyard again, uncertainly when I glance back at Chloe. She's a lot closer than before. Like, a lot closer. You really mean that? Mean what? That there's no one else you'd rather be with? Is it time to finally admit our feelings? I can feel her breath on my face. Well. Then suddenly she grins. You're so easy. What? There's a sudden sharp bonk to my head, and when I gasp and step back in surprise, Chloe just laughs, tossing me a stick and leveling a second one in my direction. Preemptive strike. On guard, Max. Oh, you're so dead. We were right there. We were right there. I go after her and she laughs, taking 2 steps forward and swinging at me again. It feels different than it had just 2 days ago, goofing off and playing pirates with Chloe, heavier and more valuable now that I know it's not going to last. Still, it's hard to feel the weight of the wistfulness when Chloe's poking me in the ribs with a broken tree branch, laughing like there's nothing to worry about, lit up all blue and smiling against the sky behind her. Get your head in the game, Max. What? You're the one. Suddenly, I lose my footing, going tumbling backwards, landing flat on my ass between a moldy mattress and another stack of tires. Damn it. Chloe, exceptionally smug, steps over to my knees and crouches down, just above my hips, tipping my chin up just slightly with her stick. Oh, the turntables. Yeah. And now for my victor's speech. Ahem. O Arcadia Bay, thou hast seen the most glorious sight on this holiest day. You're crazy. You're crazy. Well, you make me crazy. The grin slips a little off her face, but she doesn't stand up. Instead, just looks at me more intently, tossing the branch aside and crossing her arms over her squatted knees. I'm still trapped between her calves. How crazy? I sit up, but still doesn't move. We're just prisoners at this point. We're locked in the closet and being refused to be let out. She's looking at me like she's trying to figure out an answer, but I don't know what the problem is. What do you mean? Like, she trails off a little, breaking eye contact. I try to peer into her face, and when our eyes meet again, she seems to go into some conviction, to get some conviction back. Like, if I asked you to do something actually crazy, something maybe kind of stupid, would you? Probably. I probably would. Chloe's eyebrows raise. I shift up a little higher, lean forward a little, so even though she's still crouched over me, we're face to face. Right? This is like, you're really trying to get into a fan fiction because you saw that there was smut and there's like 10 chapters like building up to it. It's like, this build up is great and all, but I want to get to the smut. Even if it was something really stupid, like that narrows it down. She makes a face at me, but there's a smile tugging at her mouth, and she's holding it back the way she does when I've said something that's pleased her, but she doesn't want me to know how much. I love seeing her smile, though. I go fishing for it. Yeah, I still would. You make me crazy and stupid. Oh, did you just yeah. I said I was wearing my Doomed Yuri Pride shirt today. That gets the grin to really blossom across her face, and I grin back, feeling warm and kind of ridiculous and just stupidly happy. That's good to know. She stands, abruptly reaches down with one hand. I take it, and she tugs me to my feet. That's it? What's the stupid thing you were going to ask me to do? It was a hypothetical question. Hypothetical my ass, Chloe. Come on. She just laughs, squeezes my hand, and tugs me forward again. Come on. I can't help you out with an artistic vision or whatever, but I can show you a better vantage point. She leads me to one of the biggest fixtures in the junkyard, the rusty and slightly lopsided school bus, and looks at it appreciatively, hands on her hips. Then, without too much ado, she moves forward and scales it. A second later, she's beaming down at me, cross-legged and smug. Up and at him, Supergirl. Chloe, I'm going to die. She grins at me and then gets up again, crouching down and offering me a hand. If it were just your clumsy ass here, sure, but come on, I won't let you fall. Oh, how romantic. I eye her skeptically for another second, but she just beams relentlessly back. You better not. I reach up for her and she pulls up, letting me brace myself on the rusty walls and the window that creaks worryingly under my feet. Ahaha, I think she's already fallen. For a second, I wobble and my hands tighten around hers. Jeez, Max. She gives my hand a sharp tug and I come shooting up. That can be taken so badly out of context, what I just said. No one clip that. No one clip that sentence. That's a bad sentence. Alright, take two. She gives my hand a sharp tug and I come shooting up onto the top of the bus, her other hand going to the small of my back to steady me. Whoa there. You good? We're so close together again. Her hands are calloused and warm. I'm good, thank you. Sure. She just keeps looking at me. I end up being the one to pull away first, closing one hand into a fist and lifting the other over my eyes to survey the junkyard from above. This is great. You can see everything from up here. Yeah, I like it. It's relaxing. I heard her shuffling from behind me, and then the creak of metal between us. Having a sub is like being Max Caulfield. Is that my new pitch to get people to subscribe? You can be Max Caulfield if you subscribe. I turn and she's taken a seat again, a joint dangling between two fingers and a lighter in the other hand. I grin at her, reaching into my bag for a camera. Well, I'm glad you're coping with stress in a mature fashion. Don't knock until you've tried it, Max. I grin at her, almost turn to survey the landscape again, lifting the camera slightly, but then pause just to watch her. She doesn't pay me too much mind, just lights her joint and brings it to her lips, exhaling gray. She's beautiful like this, all fairway expression, loose limbs, ember glowing soft orange between her fingers. Wait. She glances up at me, about to lower her joint, but I quickly wave my hands. Don't move, stay like that. She does, legs propped up and the joint burning soft colors between her fingers, watching me curiously as I scale back down the side of the bus. Yeah, sadly you do not get a blue-haired girl with your sub package. Am I about to literally submit a picture of a blue-haired girl smoking a joint as my project? How deepest leftist wokest Oregon propaganda would that be? What are you doing? Stay like that. I settle back down on the ground and take a few steps back, squinting up at her, taking a few steps from side to side, judging the light, the sense of space. Chloe watches me for a few minutes, then just chuckles, shakes her head, and brings the joint back to her mouth. You're such a weirdo. And just like that, the way she draws her legs up a little higher, lifting her arm again and looking away, her expression going far away like before. I draw the lens up in my eyes and snap a photo. Chloe lounging on top of the bus, smoking with the bright blue sky behind her. Wow. Pleased with yourself? This is it, Chloe. Both of her eyebrows raise and she rubs a cigarette out against the roof of the bus, swinging her legs over the side. What do you mean? This should be the photo we submit. Are you serious? She hops down and comes towards me, leaning over my shoulder to look at the photo in my hand, warm against my back. Wow, look how beautiful it is, chat. But it's just... I glance over her and she seems to struggle for a minute for words, glancing at me and then away. It's just me. Yeah, there's feeling behind it. Look at your expression here. She takes it from me, frowning at it, one arm still over my shoulder. I mean, are you sure? It's really just me smoking on a bus. Shit, is that even gonna be, like, incriminating? No, it'll be fine. Yeah, like, that's the question I'm asking. You're kind of just submitting a picture for smoking a joint when marijuana is illegal? I take it back from her, looking at it again, Chloe lit and striking against the stark colors of the blue sky. It's perfect. This is Chloe. This is how I see Chloe. Beautiful at the center of everything. Almost far away enough to be untouchable. Almost. It's almost has, an Into the Wild kind of vibe to it. You know, me just calling my best friend the most beautiful thing in the world. That finally gets Chloe to snort, squeezing my shoulders before letting me go. You're so pretentious, besides, there's no way I'm ending up like that guy. Yeah, oh, the symbolism. I hadn't really meant it like that. I was just thinking of Chloe setting off into the wilderness, but now she's put the idea of getting lost out there and I can't help but think about it. God! Watching back the Zarya versus Soul match from Tuesday and hearing Vic Joseph say they were like sisters. My guy. No. Let's just say there was a different relationship there. You won't, right? Chloe angles a smirk over at me, but it falters when she sees my face. Jesus, Max, you're not actually worried about this, right? I trust you. I trust you, Chloe. I know you'll do what's right for you. I glance at the photo again. I just think about you by yourself and I get worried, and I know I really shouldn't because it's you, but I'm cut off by Chloe wrapping both arms around me, nearly lifting me off my feet with the force of her embrace. I'm surprised, but I do my best to hug her back, even though she's kind of got my arms pinned. It'll be okay, Max. I know, but... No, I promise, it will be. She doesn't say anything else, just hugs me for a little while longer before letting go, and looks a little bashful when she pulls away. See, the thing... Chloe should be more worried about Max, because Max is a chronic ghoster. When she's in person, she's fine being around people. But as soon as you're expecting Max to text people, chronic ghoster. She jerks her head in the direction of some car wrecks, quickly turning away. I totally understand, but I meant it when I said I trusted her, so I just follow. Yeah, if only they had phasmophobia back then. She sits down in the hood of one of the cars, and I sit down beside her, looking carefully at the photo of her again. You're 100% sure this is the one you want to use? Yeah, I think so. I've got a good feeling about it, and the contest is about feelings. Chloe just snorts. You artists and your feelings. Oh, don't give me that. She grins sideways at me, all teeth. Which, I mean, we're already here. I think we have enough time for a tiebreaker match. I grin back at her, sliding the photo into my bag. I mean, if you're eager to lose. Cocky, we'll see. She goes off scrounging for makeshift swords, and then I lean back on the hood of the car, watching her, fingers occasionally tapping on the thin, filmy photo still in my bag. Is it time to kiss? I don't think I've been this jittery in my life. I came to class really early, mostly because of the nerves, but there were already a lot of people there. I guess I'm not the only one anxious about submitting their photo. But no Chloe. For a second, it doesn't really faze me, because Chloe's always late. You know, typical Chloe. And then I remember Chloe's last day in Arcadia, and I have no idea when she's leaving. What if she's already... Max! Ah. Dude, you were totally zoned out. Oh, you startled me, asshole. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. You had your nervous face on anyway, though, so I figured what's the harm? I was nervous you'd already skipped town, jerk. Chloe's eyebrows raise, and she falls back on her heels a little, hands in her pockets. What? Max, no way. I'm still owed several overdramatic goodbyes. Also, I'm gonna let you run the victory lap all by yourself. Before I can warn her that it might not be a victory lap, she keeps talking, reaching idly towards the back of her neck. Anyway, I need to give you this. I don't really realize what she's doing until she pulls her necklace over her head, bringing it down onto one hand and stringing it out to the other. Oh, Chloe, you really don't have to. Shut up, I want to. Anyway, it's for luck. She motions from me forward, and then I step into her space, a little shy. She loops it over my head with both hands, tugging my hair gently out from under the string as it passes. Gay, gay. Her gaze is weirdly focused, following the necklace as it goes past my throat and collarbone, coming to the rest around my sternum, cool and surprisingly heavy. I feel like I've been staring at her face too long. Thanks. The gaze are focused, no problem. For a second she just lingers there, fingers loose and light near where the bullets lie, close to my ribs. We're really close together. I still haven't looked away from her face. Then she falls back again, looking back at me up and grinning. Now we're definitely going to win. I've done my contribution. Your contribution was way bigger than the bullet necklace, Chloe, even though I really appreciate it, like, majorly. Just what? When I hesitate, she rolls her eyes and steps forward again, tilting my chin up slightly with 2 fingers so our eyes meet! Out with it. I don't want to let you down. I just don't want to let you down, I mean. Before I can go on, her fingers leave my chin and flick my forehead light but sudden. Not possible. Max, I told you before, I don't give a shit about the contest. Well, I mean, I do, because you care about it. But I just wanted us to hang out and have a good time and have you be happy with the photo. And we did, and you are, right? Her expression is genuinely questioning, and I stand up a little straighter, smile at her, because yeah, after all, she's right. Yeah, I'm happy. She brightens up, then ruffles my hair, grinning when I squawk and push her away. Good, me too. Well, I think someone wants to talk to you, so I'll catch you in class. Get your running shoes on for the victory lap, Max. Do some stretches. You do some stretches. She laughs, easing her way into the classroom in languid, carefree moments as I watch her go, a little knot in my belly. I really don't want her to go. It's an awful cliche thing, having a crush on your best friend. It's like we could have admitted this a while ago. But this week's really proved to me that I can't deny or ignore the way I feel about Chloe. She's the most important person in my life. And now it's probably way too late to tell her. I don't know if I'd have the courage to, even if time wasn't running out. I just want to be with her for a little longer at least. Who should I talk to? We're staying seated. We don't need to talk to nobody. I think about talking to my other classmates, but I'm too nervous to keep making idle chat. I'm just going to sit and wait for class to start and hope the butterflies go away. Yeah, let me just post every person in NXT and be like, I feel like every NXT storyline for the women is like, can't 2 girls just be friends? Like, no, they're all gay. Alright, I know you're all excited, but I need y'all to have a seat. Have I got everyone's photos? Everyone's eyes are on Mixed Dog as they shuffle through the photos spread out on their desk. I'm really impressed by the amount of students that have entered this year. About half of every class put an entry in. And now with these, I can finally start deliberations. Lucky for all of you, that means you can all use this period to study. The hum of chatter starts up immediately, quietly, and then dies down with some protesting groans. I'm kind of thankful for the opportunity. I put my head down and open my textbook, but although I try to focus, it's pretty hard. I guess Chloe and I aren't the only ones hoping to win. It feels like the longest hour of my life. Every time Mixed Dog moves at their desk, I think they're about to announce the winners, and I jump a little. When they finally do stand up, clipboard in hand, I go rigid in my seat. I catch Chloe's gaze. She grins at me and then nods a little bit with encouragement. She doesn't look nervous at all, just supportive and satisfied like we've already won. Goodness, this was so difficult. I know that the deadline was short, and that a lot of you devoted much of your free time this week to your entry. I truly wish that I could award more than one winner. The theme of the contest was bonds. What a broad concept, and I'm thrilled to see so many different interpretations of it here. To be fair, and I'm thinking about it, the prize for winning was to have it displayed in the school. Do you really want a smoking person displayed all over the school? I'm just saying. That's what photography is all about, personal expression, showing the way the world the way you see things. That said, there is one entry in particular that truly embraced this theme. This photo captures a sense of wanderlust and youth embodied in the subject, with the photographer's empathy to this aura serving as almost a second lens. My heart skips a beat or 10. There's no way they're talking about our photo. The unique vision of this novice photographer makes me think we'll see some amazing things from them in the future, and hopefully they'll continue collaborating with their partner. So I'm extra pleased to announce that the winners of the second annual Blackwell Photo Contest are Maxine Caulfield and Chloe Price. Congratulations! Yay! The room erupts in applause and cheers, and I'm frozen in my seat for a moment, letting comprehension catch up with the rest of my body. We won! Yippee! I'm only just managing to get to my feet when Chloe's by my side, pulling me up by my hand and grinning so hard it looks like it hurts. You fucking won! She pulls me up by the upper arms, almost off my feet, and crushes a kiss between my eyes, almost hard enough to hurt! Help. Vaguely, I'm aware of Rachel Wolf whistling behind us, but my senses are pretty much completely overlaid by shock, and by Chloe beaming and bright and right in front of me. Yeah, we're right in class? Hello? I'm dizzy when she sets me back on my feet, clutching at her elbows, and she grins at me, just pure delight. Oh my god, we fucking won. She crows with laughter, reaching down to squeeze both my hands. What did I fucking tell you? You're amazing. The bell rings and the class starts to filter out. The two of us are swept with congratulations and claps on the back for a few moments, and after some brief conversation with Rachel and Kate, it's just the two of us again. I can't believe this. Max. I knew you'd win, and you did, because no one can even compare to your photography chops. She's so excited, my cheeks actually hurt from smiling now. We won, Chloe. There's no way. I could have done this. I couldn't have done this without you. That just makes her smile softer, fonder, and she reaches down to squeeze one of my hands. Thanks, Max. I'm really proud of you, though. I'm glad we won. It's stupid, but I really am glad. Yeah, where was this in reunion? I want to better articulate it, how I'm glad that Chloe will have this memory that we're parting on a victory, and hopefully this will make her remember us, first and foremost, as an unbreakable bond. But before I can, she just squeezes my hand again. It's not stupid, I totally get it. And you know what? We should go celebrate. You, right now, I'm gonna take you somewhere. My eyes go a little wider, I can't help it. The sun's already waning outside. I don't know what Chloe's planning for an exit time, but logically, I know I shouldn't keep her here and make her leave at a rush hour. Right now? Right now. She looks so intent, though. I'd be an awful liar if I even tried to pretend I didn't want to monopolize her time. Okay, let's go. That brings her grin back up to full luminosity, and she reaches over my shoulders, reaches for my other hand and squeezes that one before slinging an arm over my shoulders. Awesome! Max and Chloe taking their final victory lap around Arcadia Bay after all. You better not make me run anywhere. No chance, I'm driving anyway. She pulls me a little more firmly to her side, and I can't help but lean against it, the warm and familiar way of her. Okay, let's go for a drive. You keeping your eyes closed? Yes, but no buts. I'll tell you when to open. So I keep them shut. I think I'm starting to get an idea of where we're headed, though. The air smells salty. A few moments later, the truck slows to a stop, and I hear Chloe get out and then come to the other side to open my door, taking both my hands and gently guiding me out. Pull out words of the void. Okay, open. I can hear the rush of the waves already, but I still smile when I open my eyes and see the ocean there, and Chloe beaming in front of it. The sky's so pretty. That just makes her grin wider. All for you, I made a few calls. To the light pollution police? Yep, uptight sons of bitches, but at least they have a sense of atmosphere. Oh god, no, don't remind me of that. The whole alternate universe. I laugh and she does for a moment too without looking away from my face. I try to stay focused on her and the sea too. I know if I look behind me, all I'm going to see is her truck, stocked for leaving. Her necklace feels so heavy against my sternum, suddenly I reach for it. I should give this back to you, definitely served its purpose as a good luck charm. She looks at me in mild surprise and startles when she sees me start to pull it over my head immediately, reaching out to press it against my throat. What? No, Max, I'm giving it to you. Anyway, the necklace and luck had nothing to do with winning the contest. That was all you. She smiles at me again, easy and fond, and my heart squeezes in my chest a little. Absolutely not, Chloe. I told you there's no way I would have been able to win without you. She huffs a little, taking a step back from me backwards, and I lose her gaze for a second. Max, thanks, but I was a prop. A really hot prop, though. Sure. But seriously, Chloe, this picture really wouldn't exist without you. And I mean, not just because you're in it. I said it before, photography is all about... She cuts across me, suddenly looking at me again. Emotions, right? I falter for a second, but her expression is serious, not solemn. I nod a little bit, suddenly feeling a little shy. Yeah, and I mean, I pause again. The words I don't feel about anyone the way I feel about you are on the tip of my tongue. But I glance back and there's a lot of boxes in the back of her truck. You mean a lot to me, obviously. Her lips quirk, but she just nods and she's just watching me. I feel kind of small under her gaze, uncertain in a way I hate. An entire week to prepare and I still have no idea what to say to her. I'm still not ready. I'm really glad we did this together. She nods again, coming over a few steps to stand next to me. My head tilts, but I don't turn to face her full on. I just keep staring out at the ocean. The photo? Oh, well, yes, but spending the week together, too. I know you must have had so much going on with Rachel and Joyce and getting ready to go, and thank you, I guess. You made a lot of time for me. A sun setting, golden hour, both of us awash in soft yellow light. Chloe's got her hands braced against the hood of the truck. It's an awful cheesy thought to have, but briefly I'm relieved that Chloe and I get to have the same sunset again this last time. I wasn't making time for you. You're my best friend. I want to be with you. Her voice sounds delicate against the roaring of the waves, a few feet away, firm but fallible. I glance sideways at her to find she's already looking at me, unblinking and unreadable. I'm not sure who moves first, but a moment later we're hugging fiercely, her arms tight around my shoulders and mine around her waist. She smells the same as she always does, smoke and leather and some kind of sharply clean scent. Tingled in with salt of the sea, I breathe her in trying to commit it to memory. I really, really don't want to cry, but I really don't think I can help it at this point. There's no way she'll be able to blame me if I do. I'm really going to miss you. Yeah, everyone get their tissues right now? I want to say more. I want her to promise me she'll text me every day and I'll tell her I'll be thinking about her all the time and how I want her to be happy most of all. But my voice cracks on you and I have to step before I even start. She brings one hand up and ruffles my hair, soft before running her fingers through it, hand trailing down the back of my neck slow. I shiver a tiny bit and hug her tighter. Absence makes the gart. I know how to read. Absence makes the heart grow fonder or whatever, right? Now Chloe's going off to the war. The Yuri versus Yaoi war. I laugh a little damply and what I'm about to say, I can't be any fonder of her than I already am, but she keeps talking. The war. By the time I get back, you'll be totally in love with me. That's where you're wrong, Buckaroo. What if I already am? I go still before I can stalk myself, and I immediately try to relax again before she notices, but I don't move fast enough. Her hands move to my shoulders, and she holds me out just to look at me. She's not frowning, but her gaze is intense, and I wince. Good job keeping it together, Max. Max? Chloe. Come with me. We just stare at each other for what must be at least a minute, then I sputter. What? Come with me, Max. Her fingers are digging into my shoulders, and she still hasn't even blinked. I'm just stunned there's a step in this conversation that I've missed. Are you serious? Come with you? Like, on your trip? The shipping wars, Max. I have to go off to the shipping wars. Yeah. Her grip loosens up some on my shoulders, but she's holding on to me. Her face is half in shadow from the sunset, but there's uncertainty creeping into the half I can see. I know it's last minute, but I laugh a little hysterically, and that gets a tiny smile to curl in her cheeks for a moment before she continues. But like, I have some extra duffel bags and you're way more organized than I am. I chalked in a few extra hours to get you ready when I was accounting for driving time, so if you wanted to, we could. She looks so tentative, but her hands are so firm on my shoulders. I'm still totally off guard. Still dazed, but I had to beat up delusional, soppy, and homophobic homosexual Victoria, Max. You're not joking? Our eyes meet again, unyielding, and for a moment I expect her to do the Chloe thing and quip, lighten up the mood, but she only nods, biting her lip. No, I'm not. I was thinking about, asking you at the beginning of the week, but you were all excited for the contest thing, and I didn't want to freak you out. So you thought telling me you were leaving forever? Except she said she wasn't leaving forever. She said she was coming back. Anyway, so you thought telling me you were leaving forever would make me less freaked out? My voice is awful, shrill, young, and I can't help but laugh at the sound of it, in a series of short, nervous giggles. Chloe laughs along with me, eyes never leaving my face, even as she lets go of my arms. Sorry. I also was worried about, well, I wasn't worried totally, just wasn't sure. Yeah, when are we getting Life is Strange, the prequel? The prequel. The first person with powers ever. She falters for a second and looks away, and I roll forward on my heels, a little to meet her eyes again. Let's fat sip, everyone, so we can cry. Get some saline in for the tears. At the motion, her gaze turns back to my face and she swallows. I didn't know if you'd want to go with me, be with me. Oh. Do you want to? This is such a Chloe thing to do, impulsive and completely unexpected and passionate. And it catches me so off guard I can't help responding instinctual. Yes. Her eyebrows shoot up so high I can't see them past her hairline. I giggle, nervous and completely shocked at myself. What the hell are you saying, Max? This is so not like you. Do you really want to? But then I look back at her and it's an expression I've never seen on Chloe in my whole life. Stunned and apprehensive and hopeful and tentative at all once. I feel like my heart could burst open for her. Yeah, I want to go. I want to be with you. She blinks once, twice, and her lips tug up just for a second before her face bunches in worry again. Are you sure? Like, you've got school and all your photography stuff, and I know it's super important to you, and you have, like, your other friends here and other than me, and I'm not sure if you... Do you want me to come or not? She cuts herself off with a surprised, breathy laugh, and just blinks again. Waits for me to speak again. Her eyes are big and bright. First of all, do you know how many Blackwell students have skipped town in the middle of the year to go seek enlightenment? Rachel? Who's Rachel? It's basically a rite of passage to becoming a real artist. She snorts, but she looks incredulous, watching me intense and quiet. Besides, I like the idea of doing something impulsive, something an actual professional, good photographer would do. You already are a good... Second of all, you're super important to me, more than any... Her eyebrows shoot way, way up, and I immediately stop myself. Back up. This is a good moment, but it's a delicate one. I can't mess this up. I want this to happen. I want to be with her. I want to come with you. Let me come with you. There's a moment of stillness in between us, almost long enough to make me nervous. Then her face cracks open in a smile so big it's just like she can't contain it. Are you serious? How many times do we have to say we're serious? She got her girlfriend back and forgot about women ain't shit. I grin back, still feeling a little shocked to myself, but mostly just stupidly happy. Are you serious? This is a gripe. She would say, are you serial? If you remember, when Max breaks her camera, she's like, are you serial? She laughs in complete delight and sweeps me up in a hug again, lifting me off my feet and spinning me around. I'm laughing too much to tell her to put me down, so instead I wrap my arms around her neck. She sets me back down on my feet after a moment, but she keeps her arms around my waist, our faces close as she starts chattering excitedly. Are you celery? Okay, so we need to stop by your dorm. I can help you with, well, anything and with everything. We should probably stop by my house again to grab the clothes you have there, and God, we should probably tell Rachel, and she stops herself, probably because she ran out of air, and just grins at me, breathless. Yeah, they're just this close to each other. Literally, let me reenact with the birds. They're like this. Exactly like this. Damn, they didn't forget about Rachel. I grin back and I feel light, like the sun is shining right through me. And her face falters a little and she reaches up with one hand to brush some slightly sea-swept hair out of my eyes. Her hand lingers there for longer than it probably is necessary, and we're just looking at each other's eyes, and I can't but notice that her hand is shaking just a bit. The adrenaline rush from saying yes is still pumping through me, and that's what gets me rolling up onto my toes, gripping her waist a little more firmly for balance, and pressing my lips to her soft, finally, let's go! She stiffens up a little bit and inhales sharply through her nose, and I just immediately pull away, admittedly spooked, not sure if this is the reaction is just a surprise or also horror, which, considering I'm hardly a paragon of experience, could be totally botching this is entirely plausible. But when I look up at her again, the only emotion I can read on her face is pure shock. Rachel would be like, you both have two hands, come on guys. Leave little old me in the show. Fuck! I mean, she blinks up at me once, twice, and laughs. Her laugh startles me just for a second, and I go to pull away from her, but her grip on my hips just goes tighter and she reels me back in. Yes! Let's go! I should have that panel of just fuck for a lot of my thumbnails whenever things are doomed. I barely have any time to react before she kisses me again, falling a few steps back, so she's leaning against the hood of the truck, me flush against her. Oh, I wasn't wrong. Chloe, actually, she kisses me for a long moment, for almost longer than I'm ready for, but I just stand on my toes, do my best to kiss her back despite surprise and inexperience and overwhelming relief. I'm pretty sure she only pulls away in order to breathe, but even then she keeps her eyes shut, our foreheads together. I'm staring through, searching her face framed between my hands. She looks so gentle. She looks happy. I know, I love the height difference. Ah, it's so cute. Chloe. She just laughs and shakes her head a little, but eyes still closed, just glowing. Max, what? Even I'm surprised by how soft my voice is. She just breathes out another laugh. Yeah, every thumbnail just... I think YouTube would start flagging my thumbnails. They're like, can you stop putting fuck in the thumbnail? I totally was going to kiss you. I'm fucking furious. It was going to be so romantic and you beat me to it. I blinked for a second, then burst out laughing. It's so Chloe, needlessly competitive over something so sweet. Was it going to be more romantic than literally asking me to run away with you? It was going to be more romantic than you saying yes to running away with me, but tragically, you messed it up for yourself. Frick. My cheeks hurt from smiling. The sun is so warm on my back. Chloe's hands are warm on my waist and firm. That's disappointing. It is, it really is, but you know, I'm willing to make a... I press back up and kiss her again, and she giggles against my mouth before leaning back in, pulling me even closer to her. The sun's going down, but by the time we get back to the dorms, pack up all my things, get in touch with Joyce and Rachel and my parents, and get on the road, traffic will probably be hell. That's alright. Chloe and me, we have all the time in the world. Let's go! Fork. Where is the road trip game? That is the only thing we're missing now. What a fun little game. I like that. That was cute. So worth it. That was a cute little game. Hell yeah. There's another visual novel? That's crazy. That's crazy that there's another visual novel. Well, that was a fun little game. I like that. Will I do the other routes? Perhaps. I perhaps will. But we have so many other games to finish. Called Vortex. I'll have to look into it then. When we're not playing so many games, I'll play the other routes and then okay, Vortex is still being made. All right. When that finishes, then perhaps I shall play that then. And you play as Victoria. Ooh. Okay. I'll keep that in mind then. But thank you all for watching. We'll probably continue with Mouse for Hire tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.